A little bit of an easier run. They took on Spirit, not an easy matter at all. FaZe fell to Spirit earlier, and now they're going to be in the lower bracket, where they're going to be facing off against Complexity. Complexity, on the other hand, a pretty labored effort against N down, taking on both Complexity and Cloud9, which is why we have Heroic and Gambit who have made it to the playoffs. And today's games are going to decide which other two teams from Group A are going to be joining them. And Group B, on the other hand, my oh my, Godsend, what a run they've had so far, Dinko.
Yeah, Godsend, man. Coming into this event, they've beaten out Astralis. They took a map off Mouse Sports. They're actually looking really good right now. Mouse Sports have definitely picked up the pace again. They've made it to the playoffs alongside Furia, who took the win over G2 yesterday. We've got North going down the lower bracket. They survived, and they'll be taking on Godsend a little bit later on. A difficult match for this new look North team. G2 and Astralis, though. That's a lower bracket match. How is this happening, Blair?
It happened because Furia beat them, right? But yeah, I mean, this is a matchup no one really expected to take place. But then again, you look at the teams playing here. You look at Liquid, Mouse, G2, you have Furia, you have Astralis. You do expect a few upsets to take place. But yeah, the Godsend win over Astralis kind of ruined everyone's day in the lower bracket. Liquid, they lost to Mouse. I wouldn't say it was expected. Mouse played fantastically with the addition of Myther. This new look Mouse looking pretty good with the new coach. And if you have Astralis in the lower bracket, you're in for a rough time. And G2 losing to Furia yesterday means, yeah, that's going to be a rough game. At the same time, though, this new G2 lineup, they've looked great so far. So that is the game that I personally am looking forward to the most for today.
Well, Launders was talking about it the other day. He was saying if anybody goes down to that lower bracket and it's not Astralis, G2 should beat anybody. Liquid should make it through, but Astralis going down there, that's not a team you're beating right now. And unfortunately, we did see Liquid go home yesterday. Here in the Europe playoff bracket right now, we're looking for Heroic and Godsend versus North. That'll be the winner of today's matchup. Mouse Sports will play the winner of Team Spirit versus Cloud9, and that game is going to be very interesting. A lot of split ideas on how that game is going to go out. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that one, honestly, Bly. I mean, Spirit are coming into this tournament. How good this team really are.
Yeah, the thing with Spirit are, excuse me, like early last week, they would have been probably one of the better teams in CIS, but they have kind of dropped off a little bit. That loss to Gambit in the DreamHack Open November finals was kind of telling, right? They lost 3-1 very convincingly on 3 maps as well. So they have kind of fallen off a little bit, but these are the CIS teams. They are very, very dangerous. They have the firepower, and Cloud be good at times, and rough at the same time as well. And I do believe, of course, we have the North American group. So yeah, that game's going to be interesting. However, on the side of North America, we saw some pretty wild Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way of putting it, honestly. North America is up in the air right now. It's not exactly where it used to be. We've got Chaos, Rugrats, that started things off. I mean, both teams looking real shaky. Luckily, Chaos recover and get the 2-0 over Rebirth after they won their initial matchup against Triumph. So we've seen very interesting matches come out from that side of the bracket. Chaos went on to win over Rebirth and 2-0, really recovering well. And over here in Group B, we've got the Brazilians battling out in the opening game. Team 1 went on to beat Mythic, but just about. That game was incredibly close, and I think Mythic are surprising everyone in this tournament, right? They're a team that have put no work in, put no practice in. They're just gifted individuals at Counter-Strike, and they've actually been able to take maps and a series win against New England Whalers. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Mythic. I feel like they're super dangerous right now for those 2 remaining teams.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this team and you're like, they're kind of a stream meme dream team, so to speak.
Exactly.
If you look at the individuals, they are talented, very experienced veterans, the majority of them. So they have been playing some pretty good Counter-Strike, I won't lie. However, yeah, I mean, if you are a full-fledged team, you should be beating Mythic, but they've had a fantastic run. I'm looking forward to see if New England Whalers are able to win their matchup, I think, against Team Yeah. And if they do that rematch against Mythic is going to be a banger.
Yeah, it was really close game the last time around. It was really the individual level coming out from Mythic. New England Whalers look real rough, and I think it's kind of a bad sign right over there for the North American side of things right now, that some of these teams that have stuck together for a long time are starting to fall off, and some of these mixed teams are actually beating them out. We know the teams with inconsistencies in terms of the roster, inconsistencies with results play. It's not looking so great over there, and with the recent announcement of Chaos, they're wanting to try and finish this year with a bang, right? They want to really make themselves look like a hot prospect, so that they can potentially get picked up by another organization heading into the end of this year.
Yeah, it's just rough news all around for some of these, the tier 2, the tier 1.5 teams in North America, the Chaos news like you brought up. A win here would be massive, right? I know it's a rough spot for NACS right now, with Orcs not really picking up any of these teams or kind of letting go of the CS lineups and whatnot, but yeah, you don't want to give up. I really really do have a lot of respect and love for these teams that are sticking around with Counter-Strike despite the COVID times and them struggling with org issues and whatnot. So yeah, Chaos are the favorites, and I really do hope they're able to prove why they are the favorites.
Well, you speak of changes, and North have undergone quite a few changes over the past couple of years, and recently, again, right, they've taken out MSL, they've taken out AZ finally, right? It's been a very long time for this team, a lot of people calling for that change, but we take a look at North right now. It's a new face. They've got some younger players in. One of the more recent additions, who actually is a bit of an older player, considering that you've got in Christo now. It's Lekro, right? He's been playing over at NIP. He's been looking very solid. He's got quite a good career under him. He just hasn't really picked up all the trophies yet. I feel like he's got untapped potential, and he's going to try and find it with this new look North. We've got a video ready. Get right. A legend has sat down, ready to speak to Lekro, and I'm looking forward to seeing the insights of Lekro heading into their matchup today.
For almost my entire life, playing Counter-Strike was everything, and it was everything I dreamed of. I won trophies, traveled the world, and played in the biggest arenas. I spent my career as a player being asked the same stupid questions.
How do you feel?
Over and over.
What went wrong?
And over again.
You had a terrible CT side. How did you turn it round to take the game? Why are Astralis the best team in the world?
But now I have decided to face a new challenge, to interview the players I once faced on the servers. Because if Frankie can do it, I mean, anyone can do it. So, hi Lekro, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, wonderful. If you go back to 2016, when you were playing with Godsend, where you got basically the golden opportunity for, the rumor was saying that you were playing matchmake with Pronax, and then all of a sudden you actually got a chance to play with a former major champion. And how was that? And like, how did they really find you, basically?
I think I played a little bit with Public Clear in the beginning, and we got invited to FPL by accident. But yeah, so basically we got invited, and I started playing some FPL, and I was really annoying to play against. People heard that, and then Twist said that we should try me out, because he thought like I was annoying and people didn't like me in FPL. So
what do you mean with wrongly invited?
Yeah, it was another team was supposed to be invited, and they thought we were them, and we got the invite, so it was kind of messy. I'm glad it happened.
I mean, surely, it helped you on your journey in the CS career here, wise, but still at the same time, that doesn't make any sense at all. How was it to be playing next to an in-game leader, such a golden, since it was such a new and unproven in-game leader? That time period, because it was like a little bit longer than a year you guys played together, right?
It was a bit scary in the beginning, because I didn't know much about him, but just later on it showed how good gamble or a pickup it was.
It was. You guys were shocking the world when you winning Katowice over FaZe. There was like one of the most craziest finals, and then all of a sudden you went to win that Chinese tournament as well. Eventually, they made a cut for you to join, us in NIP. In that time period, especially in Fnatic, and then coming to us, like, what was the mindset and how was the feeling like towards the end in Fnatic?
I think we played in game really well together, but we didn't really mesh outside of the game, and when it's going bad and you don't get really well outside of the game, then it gets ruptures, and it's kind of rough. So I think that's basically what happened, that we didn't really agree outside of the game, so that's kind of why we drifted apart in a way. And that's also a reason why I was excited to join NIP, because I knew about all the guys there. So I was just excited to get back on top and show that I could help us revive ourselves kind of in that way.
How was your gut feeling when you took over? Was it like desperate of hope, or was it more like, okay, I'm ready for a challenge and I'm gonna do the best for it?
I thought I could really make it work, and to become an in-game leader you really have to believe in yourself as well. So if you ever doubt yourself and stuff like that, it's not gonna end up very well. And so yeah, I think it was starting to go really well for us. I think it was it Katowice when we did really well, and then things started falling apart. So I think if things went upwards from there, I think we could have become really good. But we had some issues within the team that kind of stopped it, I think.
Everyone would probably say the same if we were talking the group again about it. Since after that, Twist came into the team, and FaZe was looking much better than before then. Were you feeling some uncertainty regarding that team, or were you unclear in general after that time period?
It was good and it was bad. you could kind of feel it in the atmosphere a bit. Since Forrest also, he was definitely not agreeing on the replacement of you. You could kind of feel it, like he was upset about it and how it was handled. Like after you changed, the atmosphere changed also, both in the way that Forrest didn't want to, and both you had like you were a big voice in the team. So that way it was like a big change for me, and but of course at the same time I think everyone felt like we needed some kind of change. It didn't really matter. I don't think who it was. It's like when I said when Forrest left, we like needed a real start. That's the main thing I think we needed.
So it was a big change, but it was just needed for the team to like move forward instead of backward.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like the main reason.
Okay. I feel I'm done at least.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
I love those interviews, man. I think we've been missing content like that for a long time. It's good to hear a legend like Get Right really ask some really good questions. And the main thing that jumped out for me there, Blair, was the talking point about NIP, right? With Forrest wanting to hang on with Get Right, and not really agreeing with the change. I think when you look at NIP, it really did feel like, even from the outside, that they kind of needed that big cut, right? You got to get rid of all the old and get the new in if you're going to rebuild.
Yeah, you have to, and I think it was a very brave move to make, and I don't really fault them for going for it, but I also can understand why. The very interesting point he made, that Lekro made, was Forrest not being happy with the removal of Get Right, and that makes sense. They were the oldest and longest-lasting couple in Counter-Strike history. They've been playing together since 2008.
Yeah.
Just pointing at 2008. Think, how old were you in 2008? 5?
7 or 8 years old. So yeah.
Close, right there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
not
not
too
that
far.
long. So imagine losing your partner for so long. Obviously, he would be a little annoyed. But yeah, I love his interviews. Like Get Right, obviously being a player who knows these players at a much more closer level than any of us. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, great insight. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of those over the next few days. But we're going to have to go to a short break, Blair. I'm looking forward to getting into the action going in after this one. I'm looking forward to opening up our first game. We get into it. It's going to be Complexity taking on FaZe, and lots of action on the server coming up after the break.
Right now, I got this beat in my head. Right now, I want to dive into this world. Let it out for the crowd, let it out, yeah, be proud. Right now, this is a real good atmosphere. Right now.
Stars all over the server. FaZe Clan taking on Complexity heading into this one. I'm super excited to see what FaZe Clan can offer us. I mean, they've been limping along. Complexity have actually been in a little bit of a rough spot themselves as well. 2 losses, or should I say a win, barely, a loss coming in the second series. Boy, a little bit frozen, stuck in time, but I'm looking forward to seeing if Complexity can overcome their problems as they come up against FaZe Clan today.
Yeah, hopefully none of the teams get stuck like I did here. But I have to agree with you. I feel like both the teams, it's an elimination game. For either of these two teams, it's going to be almost unacceptable to be knocked out or to not make it to the playoffs. Complexity mainly being the bigger losers if they do lose this particular series. FaZe have looked shaky. You know, I mean, obviously losing Nico was going to be a big blow. Olaf coming back. You know, we have this Kirby edition. Hasn't really panned out in my personal opinion, but they are still a very dangerous team, right? They are a team who, like you mentioned, they have the star power, they have the firepower, and on a good day, they could potentially take on any team on the planet. So it depends which side of FaZe we're going to be seeing here today.
Man, when you look at these teams, right, you just look at the players on the server and you just immediately know you're going to get a good game of Counter-Strike. At least you should. It's kind of weird seeing these two teams kind of struggle along, but FaZe Clan coming in against Complexity, you can have your say in Twitch chat. Use hashtag FaZe if you think they're going to win and hashtag COL if you think Complexity are going to be picking up the win today. Honestly, Blood, it's going to be a closely contested battle going into this matchup.
It is, and for the side of Complexity, I mean, that win over Ents, like you mentioned, it could have gone the way of Ents. Config dropped 37 kills in regulation to win map number 3. So if he hadn't shown up and just gone God mode, it would have been Ents winning that matchup. So they're not looking that hot right now. They got completely, absolutely demolished by Gambit, who also beat Cloud9 very, very convincingly. And we were actually waiting for that matchup, right? We were waiting for Complexity versus Cloud9, the Juggernaut Colossus battle in the upper brackets. Never took place because the third X-Men came in and just smacked both of them.
Yeah, right now we're looking at Complexity versus FaZe, and I mean, the lower bracket matches in this tournament are just incredible, right? We just have so many good teams in the lower bracket, and unfortunately we're going to have to say goodbye to a few of them. Coming into this matchup, like you said, there was a huge underperformance coming in from Complexity. I think people have kind of gotten used to FaZe Clan being in a bit of a weird spot. They definitely have some caveats beside this team, but Complexity, I mean, they do lose Oboe, right? A very solid player in their team, but they brought in JKS, and when you look at this guy, this player is incredible, right? Coming into this team, we know there's going to be a little bit of teething room, right? You're going to have a way of figuring out what roles he's going to take, because he's been so used to playing the star in his team, but it has been a little bit hit or miss recently.
It has. JKS, the best player to have ever come out from Australia and New Zealand, from the Oceanic region, and for him to be in a team like this filled with other stars, that's what I feel a lot of fans have been waiting for. I've been waiting for it as well personally. And you look at BlameF, the guy has been a beast. Config has been the hard carry in a lot of these maps, but like you said, JKS has been kind of quiet compared to the level we know he can reach. Poison as well, we know how good this guy can be with the AWP. He hasn't been terrible or anything, but he's been kind of mediocre, and that's something which is worrying for me. Like, if the individuals, if it's going to come down to BlameF and Config just carrying the team, it's not going to work out. And even as a team, as a unit, when it comes to the tactical side of things, they haven't looked that hot so far recently.
No, it feels like they're kind of missing in that X factor right now, right? They're not really having that raw ability. Config is having to carry them through maps right now, but we're looking forward to hearing the thoughts of Complexity heading into this one. We've got an interview to make sure that Complexity are feeling good coming up against FaZe Clan.
Be cosmetic to get to that nice, but winning the round, that seems to be out of the question. But
yeah, I think they pretty much just ran us over, honestly. It's hard to say what happened. Like, I think they did a lot of the stuff we kind of expected them to do, but didn't counter them and didn't really do much of what we talked about, which is easy to say, of course, now. But yeah, they did a lot of the usual stuff, I think, and it's all working. So couldn't really shut it down.
Gambit, they are a legit team, James. They are top solid Counter-Strike, and they need to be careful now. Now BlameF got 2 kills.
back then. 3 kills, plus the one on JKS, that is a costly.
FaZe is in a kind of little bit of a weird spot right now, where they don't really have the full line of the 1-2 right now, so they're kind of playing with not much fear and all that, and that is very hard to play against sometimes when people just kind of play to have fun when they don't have much on the line, so it's always hard to play against a lineup like that.
The trigger discipline from Rush. He's waiting for it. That is beautiful. First kill, second kill for Rush. Not the best weapon you want to have. First one in for it. Third.
Interesting to hear from BlameF on his thoughts and his opponents coming into today, saying FaZe Clan are just going to be playing for fun. I think this team, honestly, they've got a lot of rebuilding to do. They're playing for a huge organization. I was listening to a lot of the interviews Yanko was giving out recently, and the pressure is certainly in the teams in terms of realizing they're on FaZe Clan, right? You have to perform in this team. The expectations are so high for this roster, and they haven't really been able to get it done recently for a very long time.
And it comes down to leadership issues. That's something that hasn't been fixed yet, right? We saw Nico with the unwilling king, so to speak, right? He didn't want to be the in-game leader. Unfortunately, he was supposed to wear that crown. Now he's left, and now it's kind of like this leadership thing. They don't really have an actual in-game leader, which is a problem. Because in Counter-Strike, you want to have someone really calling the shots and knowing what to do. So you might have the right elements, but you don't have kind of like someone to kind of work it around, work the pieces on the chessboard. It's not really going to work out. Brokey, however, has been fantastic so far in this tournament. Like, you talk about Olaf being underwhelming, Rain not really being at the level we know he can reach, but Brokey has just been fantastic so far, and I feel like he is the one shining light for the side of FaZe in DreamHack Masters so far.
Yeah, when you bring in Cold Zera, obviously the money is gone, right? You got to pick up some of these young guns, and Brokey is a big pickup. And honestly, he has been fantastic coming into this team. I think he took a little time getting into the roster, but since then has just been on fire. I'm really looking forward to seeing more out of Brokey. This guy he's just really starting, right? He's a rookie to the top level pro scene, and he looks like he's been here for years.
He does, which is crazy. That game against Contact, mind you, if it wasn't for Brokey, that could have gone the way of Contact. FaZe wouldn't even be here right now, and that was Brokey all around with the AWP, with the AK-47, huge clutches coming out from him. But even that win over Contact, that is the worrying thing. You're FaZe. You're supposed to be winning that game way more easily. So, sure, they lost to Spirit. They had a narrow win over Contact, but right now, FaZe, they're in a bit of trouble.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing from FaZe Clan and getting insight into the team heading into their matchup today.
Otto bypassing the first shot to secure the second. Now Olaf rips in with his Tech 9. It's 2 kills.
Yeah, the game against Contact was harder than expected, I would say. They play good, they play low speed.
In low shape, Rigon will get caught.
We have a little bit of trouble with the structure right now. I mean, I'm a stand-in and Cold is calling. Right now I'm just focused on playing as a stand-in, and then I will see what happens after that.
For them it's not necessarily surprising. Are they better in the pistol? No! Oh my god!
Going up against Complexity will be a really tough match no matter what. I think they have 5 very solid players.
At the same time, however, Brokey is already back in position by this point, and he's just styling on them.
FaZe Clan definitely talking about some of the weaknesses in the team, and they're really letting that shine, right? They're letting everybody know of all the problems within the team. That they were talking about how Cold Zera is not enjoying in-game leading, Olaf making sure that people are aware that he is a stand-in. It feels like they're really trying to get the pressure off the team finally. This team have been playing under so much pressure for so long, and if they can kind of throw that pressure off and hopefully negate some of the criticism they've had on social media, maybe the pressure can be off slightly, Blatt.
It could be, but I believe it's going to come down to the maps as well, like to kind of alleviate the pressure a little bit, right? And we of course have the map viewer coming up right now, but I don't know which way this one's going to go. I know Vertigo is going to be banned out by the side of FaZe. The thing with Complexity is they have a floating map pool. They can literally just pick or ban whatever they want, and I feel like Vertigo being banned out is expected. I feel like Dust 2 being banned by Complexity would be the power move here, the power play. That is usually a map that FaZe do generally go for as kind of like a safety pick. So I'm curious to see what Complexity is going to do. Are they going to be playing it safe, banning out one of the usual maps, which usually is a Vertigo or maybe a Train? They don't really play Inferno that much either. There we go, Train getting banned out. This should be Duster being picked by FaZe fan. Unfortunately for FaZe, the map pool, no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be favoring Complexity. Even the maps they enjoy playing are maps that Complexity are pretty comfortable on. So Duster coming in is going to alleviate a little bit of the pressure we were talking about, Denko. It's going to be at least a comfort place, a comfort pick for FaZe Clan. It's going to be, never mind, Inferno. Okay. That's a punish pick, because Complexity so far with this lineup have only played one Inferno game. So maybe FaZe have something up their sleeves here.
Yeah, we talk about Complexity's map pool, but they have looked pretty rough in this tournament so far. So catching them off guard, maybe pulling out an Inferno they haven't really had much practice on in officials, I think it's a pretty good shout from FaZe Clan.
This is nice. I like to see this. I do believe if this is the case, Complexity should be banning out Dust 2 in a second phase. The pick, we're still waiting on it. I don't know which way Complexity is going to go with this. Overpass maybe would be a map which they should be more comfortable on. Mirage, Overpass perhaps, I'm not too sure. I still feel Nuke could be a decider. I don't see either of these two teams banning out Nuke. Okay, they're going to be going for the Nuke pick. Fair enough. It's a map where FaZe are okay playing. This is actually turning out to be pretty good for FaZe, Dinko.
Yeah, it's giving them a pretty good chance to at least compete in this series, right? You take a look at the maps, they're not going to be feeling too uncomfortable. You bring up Overpass, but Complexity lost against ENCE on that map to start off this tournament, so maybe they've kind of rattled their cage a little bit. Maybe getting smashed by Gambit and losing a map to ENCE has kind of ruined the confidence a little bit. Overpass coming out as a ban from FaZe Clan, no surprises there. We know Complexity are still pretty solid on the map, and you don't want to let that go through as the decider.
Yeah, and Mirage gonna be, of course, the decider. Dust 2 being banned, that's expected. You don't want FaZe to be comfortable in all the three maps, right? Mirage is gonna be 50-50. I wasn't convinced with Complexity's Mirage, honestly. I think like Config dropping 37 kills to beat ENCE playing their first tournament with the new edition. That was not looking good at all. So if I'm Complexity, I don't want it to go to map number 3, or else anything could happen.
Yeah, when we take a look at the Twitch vote, you guys think Complexity are going to win. It's very close indeed. 55% for Complexity, 45% for FaZe Clan. And I'm going to say, Blatt, honestly, if FaZe Clan are to win a series against Complexity, I feel like this is the best chance to do it.
This is their best chance, honestly. The maps are kind of favoring them. I know they've gone for this kind of like a punish pick on Inferno. I hope they've done their homework as well. Complexity going for Nuke. It's a map they're very comfortable on. But then, like you mentioned earlier, it's a map that FaZe, despite having scrappy close wins, they still do get the win, right? So yeah, if FaZe want to take this, there's a very real chance they can potentially pull it off. But Complexity, I don't know, man. Like they're so up and down. The way they got dismantled by Gambit, it just throws a lot of doubts for me with this particular team.
Yeah, especially with the performance against ENCE, right? Started off looking real solid coming into this tournament, but they kind of dropped the ball a little bit against ENCE. That comeback on Dust 2 started to come through, then the loss in Overpass, and barely scraping a win after a big carry from Config on Mirage. Now, that is not a great sign, then getting absolutely dismantled by Gambit. Complexity have not shown us anything in this tournament, and if we're starting to head into the later stages, you know, you're fighting this lower bracket. If they want to go deep in this tournament, not only do they have to win here, but I feel like this is the start of the snowball effect. They need to get that ball rolling, and if they don't, I do fear for Complexity's chances in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, the Juggernaut, as I say, once it starts moving, that's when it's unstoppable. Unfortunately, Complexity haven't started moving yet. They're still stagnant, still stuck. I was looking at a few of the stats for both these teams, and they had some pretty rough stats. Complexity have the second worst 5v4 conversion, meaning they win the opening duel, and they struggle at winning the round. That is a big problem. And also, they have the worst trade percentage so far in the tournament. That is, they lose a player, and they don't trade good enough. They're the worst among 16 teams. That's a stat which I wouldn't expect to see with a team like Complexity, and that's a worrying sign.
Yeah, that's a very worrying sign. That's not painting a particularly pretty picture for either teams, though, going into this next one. I think when you take a look at FaZe Clan, they've got a lot of work to do, of course, rebuilding, trying to figure out what the future is for this team. A win over Complexity will certainly give them confidence heading into this matchup. The Stars will take to the server after the break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Complexity can do. Can they bounce back? Can they get the win under their belt? Or FaZe Clan send them packing? Join us after the break, ladies and gentlemen. FaZe Clan taking on Complexity.
Somewhere where we know we can be heroes. just one day. So let's fly higher and higher. We'll burn with desire. Don't look away. Send a display.
FaZe Clan versus Complexity, a matchup that everybody wants to see, but it's in the lower bracket. It's a little bit unexpected to be here, but one of these teams is going home at the end of this matchup. Both teams looking to survive, and really, this is a good chance for FaZe Clan, right? You look at this on paper, we look at Complexity as the favorites. They should be moving through, but FaZe Clan, they can be a little bit of a nuisance.
They can be a bit of a nuisance, although that map pick in particular, Inferno getting played for me, I want to believe that they have something stored in plan for Complexity. Complexity have looked very mortal indeed recently as well. I mean, losing to Gambit in that fashion, having a close series against ENCE. This is a bleeding Complexity. This is a Complexity who can definitely be taken down by the likes of FaZe if all the stars do shine today.
Well, yeah, Complexity, the logo is a star. They're a dying star right now. They're going to have to pull the energy out of this one. I'm looking forward to seeing if Complexity can pull that black hole and just fully pull FaZe Clan right into it, Blake. Because right now, FaZe Clan are definitely not looking anywhere near where we want them to be. Brokey is the one shining light for this team right now. We've highlighted that fact. So to come up against Complexity, they're going to need more than just one young gun player, right? They're going to need everybody to kind of show up and hit their level.
Well, if you're talking about pressure being on FaZe, look at the names you have. You have Olaf Meister, one of the greatest of all time when it comes to CSGO. You have Rain. The guy has been absolutely the best player for FaZe throughout its entire tenure in the team. You got Kirby, he's been around for a long time. You have coldzera, multiple major winners. So they're used to pressure, Dinko. And we're going to jumping in straight into map number 1. It is going to be an Inferno. The map pick coming in from FaZe Clan. They're going to be starting in the T side. Couple of smokes, Molotov, and a flashbang for Olaf and coldzera. And it's going to be Blame F and JKS holding the fort towards the B-bomb site.
JKS looking down Banana for this early fight. He's just kind of gathering some early info. He's going to peek out to the right side. A couple of players from FaZe Clan starting the run up. JKS spots them. Now the HE grenade at the ready. Just about to dive around that corner and dish out some damage. And oh my god, it is indeed. Look how much damage that does to FaZe Clan.
That's over 130 points of damage being dealt without having seen anyone. That's a god tier nade. The smokes are going to be raining in though, Dinko, and Blame F. He's blinded. That's a great flashbang, and he's going to reposition himself towards the coffins, leaving JKS alone. And he's going to be mowed down as first blood will be drawn for the side of FaZe Clan.
Well, Blame F trying to catch a couple of players through the smoke, but it's poisoned with the headshot, and we're into a 4v4. Bomb is planted. Complexity looking for this retake. No kits alive on the 4 players right now, so we're looking at FaZe Clan to try and step up for the post plant, and they're not going to play this one passive. Rain instead taking a fight down spawn. He's collected the first kill. Rush has swung back in, and it's a 3v3 trying to reclaim the site. coldzera locking him out this time. Brokey peeking out, and FaZe Clan confirm themselves this pistol. Rush is trying his best, but the time is ticking. The players hide away, cowering in the back of the site, and it is going. Complexity will use this pistol around. FaZe Clan not off to a bad start at all.
Lovely work from Kirby. They're not showing himself at all, forcing the final player to push on in. And despite the damage being dealt out by JKS early on, clean entries coming in, Rain with the P250, the raid boss, and despite some trades going the way of Complexity, a good start to the map here for the side of FaZe. Again, reminding everyone this is the pick coming in for the international squad. Well, to be honest, both the teams are international. I wonder how many nationalities are in the server right now. Maybe someone can let us know.
I think we work that out ourselves as well here. We have a little moment, I suppose, at the start of this round. We've got Blimf is Danish. That's one. Rush is a North American. So you got two. Poison's Bulgarian. Another Dane, so you can't count that. Australian. We got up to 4 already. So you've worked it out, Blood, quicker than me. I was trying to go through it very slowly, but there's it. Nationalities out of 10 players.
Yeah, because we got 3 Danes. Obviously, BlameF. We got Config. We got Kirby. Yeah, and of course, the rest of them are all different nationalities. Australians, Americans, Estonians. You got everyone, Dinko. It is truly global offensive. Force buy for the side of Complexity, though. We got Eagles, we got a seasoned hand to BlameF, a lot of nades as well, which I haven't really used too much. A very default-ish setup. They do have config perched towards the balcony area, and FaZe just poking and prodding, trying to find some information. But this push from config, this could be huge. It's all about the timing. Rain's gonna walk straight into his crosshair, AK-47 retrieved, and that might force FaZe back towards the B bomb site.
No, they're not turning back just yet. They're still exploring this A side of the map, and they're about to walk into config again. He's got a perfect read, but he's going to lose his head. Cold Zero just tears it right off. And now we've got a very good start for FaZe Clan as they start to wrap around this A side. Good headshot from Poison, though. This is what Complexity can do with the D-Goals. Oh, they're doing it right now. Rushed with a second kill as well. And Complexity, they are doing work on these pistols. Cold Star's trying his best to do a little bit of work, but they've lost the round. Complexity showing up in the force buy. Poison with 2. Config got it started, and Complexity win in the chaos.
The Deagles putting in the work, just getting clothesline, opens it up with the kill onto Config. Sorry, the Config getting the kill, and Poison. These shots were spectacular, but more importantly for me, it was how he just stayed alive, dancing around the boxes, the pillar, forcing Brokey to kind of almost run out of bullets, and then finishing him off. That's a huge round for Complexity. 2 AK-47s retrieved as well. And for FaZe, they've gone for, it's not a full-fledged investment. There is a bit of money still remaining in the bank, but it is still a rough buy, Dinko. Deagles abound Kirby with the Tech 9. They have a smoke. A couple of players with Kevlar. Oh, Poison turns on a corner and multiple players.
To say that is comical, right? I couldn't hold it in. It was just the close shoulder peek gives himself the widest angle away to FaZe Clan and then throws the Molotov down. They both run at him and he just takes 2 kills. Fantastic stuff from Poison. And now, while the start for Complexity is suddenly looking good, they lose the pistol round, but they come back swinging, and this time it is looking clean. Config, second kill to get himself front, and another one to clean it up. 2-on-4 Complexity. Money gone for FaZe Clan going into this next one. You can maybe expect a couple of P250s, maybe a little CZ or Tech 9 action right here, but Complexity should be taking 3 rounds on the board. And I have to say, for FaZe Clan, I want to see a good start. I want to see all these rounds be picked up early on. I want to see some momentum and confidence. I feel like that's what FaZe Clan have lacked for a little while. It's just that momentum, a little bit of confidence that'll really let these stars shine.
You know what they say, the most dangerous animal is one that's bleeding, that's trapped. And right now, FaZe Clan, they have nothing to lose. And looking at the names on that server, I mean, the amount of trophies they have, all of these should get the kill, but no! Wait, what?
Poison somehow taking himself down.
What? Okay, I'm very confused. I think he had a nade in hand, but yeah, maybe.
Well, Config getting killed with Kirby. BlimF getting a double kill. Now Rim being cleaned up as well. BlimF having a field day against the Pistols. Poison having a bit of a fumble, but nonetheless, maybe we get to see what happened Blood again, but Complexity.
Play of that.
Yeah, 3-1 up. Here we go. He has the nade in hand. Right, so the headshot and then the nade, because Olaf Meister did enough damage. Okay. That's a little panic right there. He's setting up the mid nade. Then Olaf swings out a boiler, throws the grenade away, pulls out the rifle, and because Olaf did enough damage, the nade was lethal.
Indeed, for Olaf, even though he doesn't get the kill, he kind of does get the kill in the end, so he's going to be pretty happy with that. 3-1 up for Complexity, though. They have won 3 in a row. They survived the force buys, the anti-ecos, and now it's going to be the full buy from the side of FaZe. 5 AK-47s, a multitude of smokes will be deployed. They're going to be pushing on towards mid, and those nades are dealing so much damage. Look at the damage inflicted onto Cold. He's down to 25 points of health. Rain and Kirby as well. Their health getting chipped away by the utility usage from Complexity, and now they have 4 players lying in wait. Towards the B-bomb side is JKS alone with the FAMAS, but he's got playing a very, very passive hand. And Rosh gets spotted out by Rain, boosting himself up over the smoke. That's a crucial opening kill going the way of FaZe.
FaZe Clan with the round picked up. Just the one at the start of the pistol round, but they've got the initial kill coming into round number 5. A chance to redeem themselves early on Inferno, but look how much damage they've taken on board. It's actually a miracle that they haven't lost a player yet, Blur. Olaf down to 11, Cold Zero on 25, Ran on 32 HP, and Kirby on 69. Luckily, Brokey is on 100 right now, so he is the one player you want to keep an eye on here. FaZe Clan turning their attentions right to the smoke. They're going to run right into the B-bomb side. JKS, no stranger to the hole in the anchor position. He's got himself the first, a double lineup on the FAMAS as well. JKS tears them apart, and Olafmeister and Rain have 3v2 to try and pull off the post plan.
Look at the health. A combined total of 43 points of health on the two over eager, and now it's all on Rain. It's a 1v3, and although he almost takes down Config, Config's gonna win the duel. 4-1 for Complexity. It's starting to look good here. For FaZe, at least to get the bomb down, Denko, that means a bit of money, a bit of extra cash in the bank. However, if I'm FaZe, I'm just going for the pistol upgrades here. It's not really worth going for the full-fledged force buy, because utility will be non-existent, and JKS, he makes the FAMAS look good. That's so impressive.
Yeah, he gets a little lucky on the lineup, of course, to get away with Bree, but still, fantastic control from JKS. He does not panic, he does not flinch in those moments. That's exactly why he's such an integral player when he's popping off. And now that's a talking point player. One that we didn't really get to talk about much is JKS has been pretty quiet in this tournament for Complexity.
Yeah, and he is eventually gonna wake up, Tinker. That is JKS. Like, Mr. Justin Savage, he doesn't have that many streaks of bad games. And when he wakes up, Complexity, they're gonna be looking extremely dangerous. It's only a question of when. If you're a Complexity fan, if you're Jason Lake, you want that game to be here. Because if they win this, they're going to be making to the playoffs, and from then on, Dinko, it's not going to get any easier. It's going to get even more harder. You have teams like Gambit waiting for them. You have teams like Astralis, so... Oh, I love that. I love that. Although, I'm not able to block it full-fledged, but the aggression from Complexity, that's a perfect nade from JKS, finds Cold Zero. Of course, it is the kind of a light investment with the hero AK-47. So they really shouldn't be losing too many players here, or should Complexity, as Rush does win the duel, and it's going to be a shutdown, Dinko. The solo AK-40 is in the hands of Rain, hasn't got anything done yet, although I say that if he finds one, if he wins the duel with JKS, he can at least get the bomb down, but JKS is going to come out on top. 3k for him, 5-1 for Complexity, clean round, they lose just one player.
I know it was only one kill there from Rain, but if you picked up that second, I was starting to get a little bit of a flashback. You know, the Rain 1v5s, we've seen them in history, blah. It was, he started looking a little crisper towards the end, but 5-1, Complexity, they're looking quite solid right now. FaZe Clan finally getting the rifles out again. This time they've got full utility around it. Oh, we gotta see them start picking up rounds early on. They can't let Complexity get going like this. JKS is having a good performance right out of the gate right now, and so that's a big problem for the likes of FaZe Clan. If you've got to deal with Complexity showing up across the board, well, you've got another thing coming.
Indeed, they have another thing coming, and look at the money as well for Complexity. They have started to build up a pretty hefty bank account, an average of about $7,000 on each and every one of the players, as FaZe are creeping up towards this A-bomb site now. Config is in a very crucial spot. He's blinded, but he still gets a spray, blinded or not, through the smoke. Bomb spotted out, and is going to push on in through into the smoke. He's holding the angle. Bomb drop on the balcony. Blame F. He's biding his time, waiting for them to show themselves. A 3v4, and JK is going to strike. He's going to find one, and Config finds Brokey as well. And once more, Dinko, it's Rain all alone in a 1v3.
Rain in a 1 versus 3 clutch. Can he pull it off? 50 seconds left in this clock. Bomb on his back. There's a player inside of the site. Actually, the bomb isn't on his back. It looked like it was on him, but he's up above on the balcony. He's gone to grab it. He's in behind him. He's now picked it up. Now, down into the site. Player in the left corner. Blame F over that. JKS a little bit further off long, but as soon as that full commit comes in, Blame F over the top. Kill comes through. He was confident to take that fight, knowing that it had players both towards long and short side. And Complexity just completely shut down these set strats. I mean, FaZe kind of coming into this, it's very simple plays, Blood. They had the moto smoke up in towards the A site, and they run through a smoke in the balcony. I smell a little bit of desperateness coming out of FaZe Clan early on.
And the flash wasn't good enough at all. Config was blinded for like half a millisecond. He still gets 3 kills in the end there. And I love how Blamer did not budge from that position the entire round, and then prevents the bomb from getting planted as well in the end. Coldera burns alive. I guess he was completely blinded there, Dinko. That's the only explanation. And this is worrying. We saw this pick coming in from FaZe. We thought Inferno, maybe that's something to score for us here, but it's not really working out. And JKS waking up as well. That is a scary, scary sign. JKS, Mr. Justin Savage, 3K for him. Of course, it is a sneak round. Just a few upgraded pistols coming in for FaZe. But the fact that Complexity are winning these rounds so clean, barely losing a player, it's so worrying. 4 players over $10,000. Rush, the only one who's kind of low on cash, and he still is sitting pretty in 4.5K. This is extremely, extremely bad for FaZe. They need to start turning things around. They need to start winning some rounds, or at the very least, even if you're losing these rounds, make it close. Make Complexity bleed a little bit, because that's not happening right now.
That's the thing, Blair. Even if they start to pick it up, even if they start to pick up the pace later on in this first half, the problem is Complexity have so much money that it's not really going to matter, right? They're not going to break that economy down. They're going to have to win rounds very convincingly, and they have to win them in a row here for FaZe Clan if they want any chance of making this half competitive. And now the play down Banana, Complexity are getting confident. Assertiveness over towards B, and this will start to funnel. If Complexity can continue to win that banana control, they're going to funnel FaZe Clan exactly where they want them, into this A site. Config in behind. Don't do it to him. Don't go for the knife. The headshot picked up. Olofmeister a little too far away to go for that knife kill. Luckily, it's just the kill from behind. Blimaf following up. Brokey and Rain now 2v3. They can still win this round, but they're really just trying to take Jules, and it's not working out for them. Complexity shutting them out yet again. Brokey just fleeing the scene with his ult. And FaZe Clan, they've had everything. They've had buys on the rifles. They've had quicker plays. They've went into slower defaults, but now they've even got the ult out. Just not working for them. Brokey has to pull off a big clutch, and he's got a 1v1 fight here on B.
This is Poison. He's hiding behind a pillar. Brokey has no idea. Thinks it's towards the new box. And a little bit of a miss shot. There actually does get a tag and finishes it off. Dinko, here's a terrifying stat. There's a combined total of 3 frags between Olof, Brokey, and Kirby, and we are in round number 10 of the map. Olof yet to get off the mark. Kirby, he just got his first kill in the previous round. And Brokey, the guy we pointed out as being the best player so far for FaZe in this tournament, he's only had 2 kills. This is brutal. This is a beatdown right now.
Yeah, this is certainly a beatdown. 12 and 3 in config. He's not stopping. And Blimf just running down middle. M4 in hand. A second kill coming through this time from Blimf. He got another one as he's just picking them up, tearing through them. Poison started off the round, but Blimf follows up with 2. And now we're standing in a 5v2 immediately. If you're FaZe Clan, this is not a pretty sight right now. You're getting absolutely manhandled. And JKS in the back of the B-ball site. It's another double for him. Fantastic stuff. Complexity, 9-1 on the board. I honestly think JKS is one of the best players in the world from that position. I have seen him so many times from New Box, shutting players down. I remember casting Tyloo versus Renegades way back in 2018 in the Asian Minor final, the El Clasico of the Asian Minor. And JKS was tearing up in New Box. That's all my first memories of professional casting, and it still sticks by me. It's just fantastic stuff.
Yeah, you can always believe in Mr. Savage to shut things down. The Soul side anchor. JKS has 13 kills, Config has 12, FaZe Clan have 14.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. That's not a pretty picture at all. And the other thing is, Blimf wants a piece of the pie, right? He's had enough of letting his team take all the kills. He decides to run down middle in the previous round, and Complexity off to another great start with JKS battling for that top spot on the team. That's the real fight here for Complexity right now. It's not FaZe Clan. It's an inner battle to see who's going to end on top right now. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, this is a massive turnaround, and also FaZe, it's just, they haven't really done anything. The pistol round was great, though. They had a game plan in mind. They won it. They won the duels as well. Great stuff. But apart from that, even some of these executes have been a little sloppy. You know, the flash is not quite landing, not really blinding Config up towards balcony. But slowly but surely, they have to control the brackets to go. And it's going to be Rush. A nice shot to open things up, finding Rain, but Olof at least gets the trade. And that's Olof getting off the mark. That's his first kill in the server so far. And with that, they're slowly going to be falling back towards B, where once more, Dinko, it's going to come down to JKS. He's all by his lonesome. He's playing at the back of the site. And it's going to be facing off against 3 players from the side of FaZe.
JKS holding on in the corner. Utility around. Smoke down for the Coldings. And JKS holding on. The kill from Coldzera. That'll be a big kill coming in from him onto JKS. And now 3v3. Picking finally. FaZe Clan, this is the best round they've had in a while, right? They've got a real chance of picking this round up. And Brokey with the AWP at New Box, holding on for a big kill. 2 players towards the ruins. One has already crossed it. Oh, Brokey, this timing gets caught by Poison, trying to transition. And out is Coldzera and Olofmeister, and they're not getting anything. Poison just shutting them out of the round. And Olofmeister will try his best, but he was never going to succeed. A bomb was not planted for him, and a 10th round picked up for Complexity.
Yeah, the postmans were so awkward, and then we saw Brokey just jumping out. The timing was absolutely atrocious, right? I guess he was expecting the Molotov to be coming in towards New Box. Instead, it went to where he was jumping towards, but Poison just plucks him from the air. Nothing's going the way. This was the closest round they've had in, I feel like, almost the entire half. And even then, it doesn't work out. Like you pointed out, Olof from that position, even if he had managed to try and do something from that position, the bomb wasn't planned for him. And here we go, Rush. Going to be aggressing down. This is the first time Complexity have gone for this aggression against the buy round, and Rush is going to win both the deals. Blaber's going to mop with the other 2 players as well. Cole left alone. It's 1 minute and 36 seconds on the clock. It's a buy round for FaZe, and it's a 1v5. This is grotesque from Complexity. It's painful.
Coldzera running out. Feels like a losing battle right now, but he's got a 1v4. It is clutch coming in from Coldzera. They spot his position, and Poison, of course. Poison just repeats. So many AWPers would gather that info and then just sit back, right? But Poison, he just swings out, takes the 1v1 fight. Easy kill for him as well. Fantastic stuff for Complexity. Absolutely no problems right now up against FaZe Clan. And honestly, Blair, I was hoping for a better fight here for FaZe Clan. They picked this as a possible punish pick. They looked at the statistics and seen Complexity. Haven't played Inferno that much with this team, and bad move right now.
Yeah, that's a start. Poison still sticking around despite getting tagged. The guy is feeling it. However, finally, FaZe, an opening kill going their way, Dinko. That's something, oh my god, we haven't seen in a while, but Config with the aggression is gonna gather so much information. Poison just peering down mid, just getting kills at will. And despite that opening kill, once again, the advantages of FaZe Clan just gets whittled away rather by Complexity.
This is some of the most aggressive CT side play I've ever seen on Inferno. This is unbelievable.
It's no respect. It's no respect right now.
Zero respect on the server. They're pushing down Banana. They're pushing the apartments. They're pushing mid. They're just everywhere right now. And Complexity, they're suffocating FaZe Clan.
Ooh, okay. That's an opening. But JK's position over here means that they don't really have to budget 2 players from the 8 bombs at Rush. He's going to be pressured here. JKS finds one. Rush's position still not known. He's going to find a bomb carrier. It's all on Rain. And Poison's going to finish him off. Nothing's going their way, Dinko. It was, of course, just the pistols, but for a moment there, I felt like FaZe, maybe they had a chance, but it's still looking pretty grim at the moment.
Yeah, this is real awful for FaZe Clan right now. They're not going to have anything to fall back on, right? They've just got to adapt on the fly. And when Complexity are constantly pushing you, you can't play your own game. If you had any sort of idea how you wanted to play Inferno, it's out the window completely, because Complexity are telling you how you're going to play Inferno. And right now, FaZe Clan not really getting much playtime. This is unbelievable. Complexity looking for 13 rounds. A buy coming in for FaZe Clan. If they lose this one, Blair, I'm looking at a 14-1 half right now for Complexity. And this is not the game I was hoping for. This is not the game I was expecting. But it's entertaining. Complexity just bashing on FaZe Clan.
Yeah, if you like watching players, you know, some of the streamers stream them death matching, I guess this is the sort of game you would enjoy as well. I really wanted to fight from FaZe, I won't lie, but this is just grim.
Oh my god.
And Poison forced him out of the position. He's gonna find, he's gonna peek again. Of course he's gonna peek out again. The guy, he just lost it. He just wants to just take these duels, Dinko. They have absolutely no fear whatsoever for FaZe. Brokey comes running on it, and Poison is just death matching 17-3. coldzera trying to punish him, but he's not able to spot him out. Takes a couple of shots, but backup has arrived. BlameF has found all of Meister. Bombs dropped towards Banana. And coldzera, well... Oh, man. I don't even know what to say right now.
This is brutal. Absolutely brutal coming in here from Complexity. They are not stopping FaZe Clan. I mean, show them some mercy at least, Complexity. This is just awful. They won the pistol round and haven't won a single round since. Complexity is having a great time on Inferno. And we take a look at the last round of the first half. A purchase from FaZe Clan. Oh, is there any point right now? They're going to run into B. Need usage coming in from Complexity. This is actually one of the slower rounds from Complexity. I haven't got a player running down Banana just yet, so FaZe Clan finally giving some breathing room. Maybe they can get a second round. Maybe they can double their scoreline going into the second half.
Complexity have only played one Inferno in the past 3 months, and the one game they played was against Fnatic. Fantastic Inferno side. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Hold the presses. It's BlameF just shutting everyone down, Dinko, and JKS, all he has to do is just stick around, wait for backup to rise. All these players have been spotted out, and JKS dealing even more damage. coldzera, he's going to have to do all the heavy lifting, because his players right now are hemorrhaging.
Oh, Poison with the kill on the KRB. Brokey following up while blinded and Rush doing work. JKS finally comes out of his position. An absolutely brutal half coming here from Complexity. FaZe Clan, can they recover? It's not looking likely as we head into the second half.
Oh yeah, I just wanna know. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't waste another one. Oh, that darkness, it won't set me back again. Oh, not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. Burning dreams take me back to you. Heads down, they will watch us shake the ground. Oh, it's like this, it will fill the air around. Oh, not asleep or awake. I won't let the future escape. The
Complexity beat down FaZe Clan in the first half. It's 14-1. Complexity, the real battle for them. I joked, Blair, but it's true right now is who's going to end on top. 19-4 on Poison right now. That's leading the way. BlameF getting involved, 15-5. JKS anchoring that bomb site and 16 kills. Config was on 12-2, I think, at a certain point, maybe even 12-3, but he is still on 12 kills. He hasn't had to do anything, Blood. Over in the A apartments, he hasn't got to get involved, right? Everybody on Complexity is having a good game right now, and FaZe Clan, what can they hope to do here?
I don't know. I mean, Complexity is trying to beat the world record for the ending percentage speed run on this map right now, honestly. Like, we could literally have probably one of the fastest maps of Inferno, but it's all gonna depend on this pistol round. FaZe, the one round they won in the first half was a pistol round, pretty convincingly. It's going to be Rain who's going to be pressured here. He's got a nade. That nade, if he times it right, could deal quite a bit of damage. And Cold and Rain are finding BlameF, but Rain gets taken down by Config, who comes jumping in through the smoke. And JKS Dingo is going to get checked. They're not going to check him anymore with the shot, but he still recovers in time to find Cold Zera. But Brokey replies back with 1, 2, 3 kills. And make that 4 and Brokey, the hero for the side of FaZe, as they get a long-awaited second round. What a round from Brokey.
Brokey Clan showing up, winning the pistol round. That is just unbelievable. Brokey is an animal. 4 kills out of nowhere. Okay, Complexity, they whiff a little bit. I mean, JKS certainly should have found more than one in that position, but everyone has a day where they whiff a little bit. But Brokey, man, he is just popping heads. That third kill, he's ruthless, and he cleans it up. FaZe Clan, they needed a pistol round. They've got it thanks to Brokey. They're going to need way more of that coming into this next round, though. Complexity have 3 AK-47s, 2 Deagles. We know they can win these rounds.
They do indeed. The 3 hero AK-47s, and BlameF's going to pluck all of Meister, and he's blinded! And he still gets the kill onto Rain! Oh, that's all going wrong for FaZe. Cold Zero now left on the B bomb side. Backup has arrived in the form of Brokey, who is going to... Well, I thought he was going to attempt to flash Cold Zera into towards Banana, but it's going to reposition himself, and yes, indeed, the flash is going to be coming on in. But I do believe Complexity are ready. Look at Rush. They go. Look at Rush. He's playing the anti-flash. The flash not going to find anyone. They were reading it perfectly and waiting for the aggression from FaZe. I love what Complexity are doing here. They get the 2 opening kills. They slow it down. They wait for the re-aggression from FaZe. Now, this is gone from bad to an absolute nightmare right now for Cold Zera and his merry men.
Yeah, this is definitely looking real rough for FaZe Clan. Config's gonna start clearing his corners. Brokey barely limping them through that pistol round. You know, if it wasn't for Brokey, they'd be probably on 15 rounds right now. Looking to try and close out Inferno, but looking to grab 15 anyway. Coming into this next one, they're fighting back. KRB has to show up in the pit. He's got 1 kill onto Rush. Brokey standing tall. A double kill from Brokey, and a third as well. That's 4 kills in the round. FaZe Clan yet again. Back-to-back 4Ks from Brokey. He is the one-man army. Complexity cannot deal with him in these first 2.
8 kills coming in for Brokey in those 2 rounds. So I guess he's had enough. He's like, I'm just going to do it on my own. If I have to get a quad kill every single round, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But that is a huge play from Brokey, just deathmatching his way and showing Complexity that if he can frag, so can I. And that's going to force the Juggernauts down to just the pistols. Brokey being a little bit too over-aggressive there for my liking. He should know just the pistols. Gets tagged down to 42 points of health. In the meantime, towards Banana, FaZe have taken control, have wrested Banana away from Complexity. For Complexity, though, no utility whatsoever. It's going to be 4 P250s, the solitary Deagle in the hands of BlameF. And for them, it's just about trying to deal as much damage as they can towards FaZe. Maybe get the bomb down. But for FaZe, Dinko, it is an uphill battle with lava flowing down the slopes.
If it wasn't for Brokey, this would be over. It just would be over. If that pistol round was done, it looked like Complexity had a far better position set up. They were winning all of the duels, well, most of them at least. And in that last round, things are looking fantastic for Complexity. This should be over, but Brokey says no. Now Cold Zera getting his time to shine. That's 2 kills collected. Lynette and Rush both going down. Cold Zera with a 3rd kill from the cubby, and Brokey this time finally going down. JKS getting the double kill, but they line up. Olofmeister getting 1. Would have liked the second there. Config, he will eventually fall. Olofmeister getting his reward. 14-4. Complexity will want to close this as early as possible. The FaZe Clan are coming back into it. A couple of rounds now picked up for them. But it has been risky. It has been scary in these first couple. So, Complexity coming into it, finally getting their buy round. This could be a worrying sign for FaZe Clan. They've got to show up early, and they've got the AWP out for Brokey.
Can't believe JK has got 2 kills in that position. 1 kill on the call, understandable. The second one was just great stuff. Man, if JKS wakes up, this Complexity team is suddenly looking really, really scary. Doesn't matter who you are. For FaZe though, they needed the pistol, they needed anti-ecos, and that has been achieved. Now it's about contending with the rifles, and all of peaks into 3 players looking in this direction. Great nade from Brokey there, but it's not going to be enough to slow down Complexity. I think it was all off actually. Brokey, Crosshair trained at the entry position. Smoke's going to bloom, that's going to force him out of position. This is a very, very ballsy play from Brokey holding that angle. But the thing is, getting that kill over there towards B, it's going to split defense. Config gets shot on his knees by Kirby from the balcony. But a split defense, Dinko, it's a problem for FaZe, and that means they will have to go for a bit of a gamble and send Brokey back towards Archway.
They're going to have to pull him over quickly. Here comes the A attack. Kirby, 4 kills. Coltero's on 10. He's been playing pretty well so far. 2 kills from Kirby. That starts things off well. Now Coltero has a kind of strike, and he only gets 1 kill from the position, and they've lost the bomb site. Man down here, FaZe Clan into the retake. They have got Brokey off towards Library with his AWP, and Olafmeister trying to edge forward. The money is on the line here. If they pull off this retake, they've got a chance, but the most likely outcome is that they lose this right now, and they won't have that AWP to play with. They won't have the rifle, so it's likely over. So they're going to go for it. Olafmeister running in, and now Brokey has no other option. He cannot win this round. He's out of there. He's saving the AWP into the next one, and Complexity will reach map point.
There's so much man can do, Dinko. There's so much he can do, and even right now, he needs to win this duel, and he's going to land a shot. A little bit of overkill, a headshot as well. And that's Rush taken out of the equation, but doesn't matter the Complexity. They're actually wrapping around. Brokey. Oh no. Oh, I felt that. Oh.
Yeah, that's rough. Complexity not even giving them a small chance. Not a little bit of mercy going into the next one, and fair enough, you know, it's Brokey. Yeah, not giving him a slight chance to pull anything off. We know what he can do, but 15-4 for Complexity. We're heading into the last round most likely here. This could be all over. This was FaZe Clan's map pick. We talked about it. Okay, maybe a good chance here for FaZe Clan. You know, we look at the veto. Inferno hasn't really been played that much by Complexity, but my god, are they looking so solid on it. Maybe there's a reason people don't want to play Complexity on Inferno.
Yeah, the interesting thing is they don't really necessarily ban it out. They have banned it a couple of times. Config, he fights 2. How does he fight both of them? And JK smacks Brokey straight into the grave, 6 feet under. This is done. This is done. It's a wrap, boys.
Well, I said it on Twitter, but if you're a fan of blood sports, you love this match right now. This is just brutal. This is like in Gladiators, right? When you have the unbeatable champion, and they just smash down everybody. FaZe Clan just getting absolutely destroyed right now. Ran out of there, and it's finished. Rush and Blimeth with the final 2 kills, and Complexity 16-4 on FaZe Clan's map pick. This series is not looking that great for FaZe Clan.
JKS is smiling. Hello, hold on. Clip that. We just witnessed JKS actually cracking a laugh, and then I think he realized that he's on camera, and now he stops smiling.
Hold on. Back to not smiling.
That's how good that game was for Complexity. The fact that JKS actually is just smiling and grinning year to year, which is fantastic. You rarely get to see that, and that's how brutal it was. How brutal of a beatdown that was for the side of FaZe Clan. That was painful to watch.
It was painful to watch if you're a FaZe Clan fan. Complexity fans, they will be loving this. Big resurgence from the team. We've got the difficult task of breaking down what happened in that game after the break, so join us then. We'll see if we can do it after the break. the beating continue? We head into the second map. It's Complexity's map pick, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if FaZe Clan have anything up their sleeve. Will it just be Brokey, or will the rest of the team show up? We're here to find out. It's my name, Dinko, and Blur joining me for this one. I'm really looking forward to getting into this, Blur. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just loving the beatdown.
You love the beatdowns, eh? I really hope for everyone's sake that FaZe actually wakes up here. Look, it's Nuke. It's a map that they are kind of comfortable playing, right? We saw them play against Contact. It came down to overtime against Contact, who really, I feel like they played at a very high level actually this tournament, especially with Emmy just kind of being the star of the team. But we're talking about FaZe. And listen, it's really hard to come back from a beatdown like that, as you so poetically put, Dinko. But if you're a team consisting of the likes of an Olaf, Coldzera, Rain, Kirby, you're used to that. You're used to coming back from massive deficits and being mapped down, or series down at times as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if FaZe are able to show what they have in store for us over here and kind of wipe the memory of that first map away. But Rush is going to get the opening kill, and Complexity, they're going to draw first blood again.
Coldzera and Brokey picking up 2 kills. And it's going to be a 4v3 though, as they reply immediately. FaZe Clan, they won both pistols over on Inferno. Did not end up well for them, but JKS has spotted the feet going down into the ball. That Orphanite just collected the first kill. JKS on the double. What? That is just ridiculous. Taking down 2 players very quickly. He just spots them going down, right? He knows the information is there, and he takes down 2 kills with it. I'm still not down just yet. They're going to have to try and pick up that ball. And Rince just holding it off. That headshot from JKS. He's not stopping. He is having a fantastic game so far. And he's looking for a little bit more. Brokey with the god tier pistol player, but not this time. JKS has taken that crown, and Complexity off to a fantastic start.
Hide your kids, hide your wives. JKS is here to play. He is just looking fantastic right now. Just 2 kills with a Glock. He whiffs the first one, and then instant headshots, all off Cole. Left just wondering what the hell happened, and of course just winning every single duel, pixel perfect shots, and JKS showing what he can do in the server. Dinko, that was a 4v2. That's nuts.
That's just ridiculous, really. That's a little bit of ingenuity from JKS, knowing to let his players drop down for a couple of free kills, but Complexity not stopping. They'll not be upset by the Deagles in this one. Complexity looking for the 2-0 lead, and they should be finding it towards outside here. Blue Ref is looking for a little bit more action on the Complexity side of things. He spotted 1 player behind Blue, and we'll come away from the iron goal. Ball planted for Complexity. FaZe Clan desperately trying to find something. Rin's down in towards Secret. They know BlameF was towards outside. He's still there, but falling back a little bit now towards the spawn lobby entrance, and he's trying to really go inside now. So right now, FaZe Clan pushing towards outside, not finding much, not getting anything in this round. Complexity going to be up 2-0.
In a clean fashion as well, as long as Config doesn't die through the bomb radius, the bomb explosion, and BlameF doesn't get taken down. BlameF just waiting patiently. Yep, the flawless run coming into Complexity. For the side of FaZe though, Dinko, they at least do hold on to these 3 Deagles and armor, so they're not going to be too chuffed about the way that played out. Brokey didn't really go for any investment, which is why he's got $3,900. He's going to go for the eco here again with the rest of his team, and he will have enough money for an AWP buy come round number 4. However, how much damage can they deal with the Deagles is the question, because allowing Complexity to win these two rounds back-to-back without losing any players means their money will be looking very, very good. And that's something you want to kind of avoid. You want to kind of prevent, but BlameF plays that smoke to perfection, finds Kirby. That is, of course, kind of the pistol upgrade coming in from FaZe, so Complexity shouldn't be too worried. Olaf getting hunted down by Poison. No SMGs for Complexity. That is a little curious. I thought maybe they'd have someone with a Mag 10 perhaps, just pushing on a fact-finding mission, instead opting to go for the full-fledged rifle buy, albeit.
Which to me shows that there's no mercy here, right? They want to get those rifles out early on, let's just shut them down. Let's just get this over and done with, and Rain trying to poke out towards the main position, but 55 seconds left. Complexity looking to turn their attentions to this A-bomb side. Rush coming out of heaven. You've got the bomb up here as well. Poison now running forward. They haven't checked this close box, but eventually will. And BlameF taking everybody down. 4 kills collected for BlameF. And it comes through. All 5 picked up for BlameF. Complexity 3-0 up.
Eco Cobra, but still, an ace is an ace. The buy is going to be coming in for FaZe, though, and Complexity, Dinko, like I mentioned, they've lost 1 player in the past 2 rounds, meaning, and they haven't really had to upgrade either, right? They have the AK-47s, they're gonna just upgrade the 1 AK for the player who died. But apart from that, they're looking fantastic money-wise. But aside of FaZe, well, if there was ever a time for the fortunes to kind of turn around, this is the round. This is where they're going to start showing that they are here to play. They're not just going to go down quietly without a whimper. And that's huge damage being dealt towards Rush, down to 13 points of health from just a utility.
Utility coming through. Coldzera with the M4 has collected the first kill. And Complexity are actually just going to run back. They're going towards ramp. Right to the smoke, flash to Void, and now it's all on Olofmeister having to hold on. Instead of falling back, he's going to take a fight. He gets 1 kill out of it. Now Brokey, flash out to the right side. Bangs off the wall, but now falls back. Complexity have the ramp room, but they're a couple players down now. With a minute left, BlameF and Config have got to figure out how they're going to win this 2v4. Right now looking good for FaZe Clan.
Well, there was a 2v4 in the pistol round as well, Dinko. Although, that time they did have JKS alive. Still can't count out Config and BlameF, the 2 highest rated players so far for Complexity. Not just in the tournament, but with this current lineup, you know, ever since the addition of JKS. Slowly creeping up, but Coldzera just clotheslines Config. Now, he hasn't spotted BlameF, though, but 30 seconds on the clock. Bomb dropped on that upper bomb side, so BlameF, he doesn't have too many chances to make this work. He doesn't want to really save either. Probably just going to keep walking on with Coldzera. He wins the duel. 17 seconds. He could potentially get the bomb down, but I doubt it. It's highly unlikely. He's got to be jumping straight into the waiting arms of Kirby inside of the fence. So the first round on board for FaZe, just lose a couple of players. But for Complexity, Dinko, it was kind of a bonus round, right? They have his Galils and whatnot, and now the big buy is going to be coming on out with the AWPs and the Ultimate Kalashnikovs.
This is the buy we want to see. This is the round we want to see coming up next. And while it has been a very good start for the individuals of Complexity, but FaZe Clan battling back, at least getting something onto the board, and now they'll be looking for more. Brokey with this off early. He's not too far off landing that. Would have been a huge kill to find into the round for FaZe Clan, but now the play can slow down a bit. Olofmeister, I think he's going to be tested quite a bit here. Complexity in this map so far have shown a lot of presence into his ramp. He's got Brokey over here very quickly, changing up position. Olof gets 1 kill. That's all he needs to do. Brokey now repositioning. Oh, he takes the kill on Config. Instead of falling back, he goes for the pick, and that's the bomb. He spotted it.
He knows that he needs to start going for these plays. The flick shot doesn't quite connect though on towards BlameF. And Brokey now, he's done his job. They got the man advantage. It's a 4v3. Bomb has been spotted towards ramp as well. And it's going to do the smart thing and head towards a more safer position in the lower bomb site. But Complexity having gained ramp control, they're going to be wrapping all the way down towards Hell. 50 seconds on the clock. They're going to be creeping on up. Bear in mind, they still have BlameF floating around, lurking towards a squeaky area. Kirby, he has an inkling, but the timing, the window of opportunity. But Kirby still finds Poison. Coldzera waiting patiently for JKS, Dinko. It's all in BlameF.
BlameF, Molotov into the corner, pulls out Coldzera, and the kill collected, but it is still a 1v4. He's collected that first kill. I think he's going to need a lot more where that came from. Let's start clearing out this A site, looking for another player, another 1v1 fight. He's found the bomb, and now he wants to get that bomb planted if possible. As soon as he taps it, Kirby should be aware of this, and then he goes down into the site, swings him wide, and Brokey with the headshot. That will be FaZe Clan up to 2. And a very good repositioning from Brokey. You know, Olofmeister's doing a very good job of just getting that 1 kill down in towards the ramp pretty much every time they're pushing him. But the repositioning was so damn quick from Brokey. He started the round in main blah, and he got back to ramp very quickly.
Indeed he did. This is Brokey playing a very textbook round. Although that repick towards config, maybe not the best, not the ideal move, but it works out, right? Like, and he wanted to go for these plays. And like I said earlier, before we jumped into this map, like FaZe need to start playing with a bit of cojones. They need to start taking the fight to complexity, show that they are not going to be cowed down. And Brokey is kind of the embodiment of that at the moment.
It really does feel like this team is built around Brokey right now, which is kind of weird, Blah. Honestly, when you look at the names on this team, right? Brokey just came into the team, a rookie last year around, and coming into this team as an unknown quantity. And now he's playing with Olofmeister, he's playing with coldzera, and he's the player that is kind of all over the place. You know, he's starting the fight in main on the CT side, looking for that early pick down into lobby. He immediately repositions and helps out Olofmeister over towards the ramp. Now, that is something that I'm very excited about because Brokey is an incredible player, and I'm all about giving these young stars some big roles.
Yeah, he definitely has shown that he, despite not really having any majors in his trophy cabinet like maybe Olof and coldzera has, it's definitely one of the younger players to keep an eye out for. Here we go. Tech issues sorted out, thankfully. Do have a light investment, a Hero AK-47 in the hands of Blame F, config with the Deagle and Kevlar. The rest of them just a few upgraded pistols is all Complexity has. So whatever money they built up in the second and third round has been whittled away by the side of FaZe Clan. 2 AKs for Rain and Kirby. They have been able to retrieve that. And now Blame F with a Hero AK Dinko. He's all on a lone man solo mission. Now if he finds Kirby, this could be big. They're next to each other. Rain finds Rush in the meantime. Blame F. It's all about the timing. And it is going to be Kirby who is going to come out on top. It's a nice shutdown coming in from FaZe here. Don't lose a single player. Clean as you like it. And Complexity, they get nothing done on that buy.
I'm liking this on the second map from FaZe Clan. They actually have a little bit of room to work with in the first half, and that was a big problem for them over on Inferno Blood. They just didn't have much room to play with. Complexity were pushing them all over the map. There was nothing FaZe Clan could have done. But here on the defensive side of Nuke, they've had a little go at Nuke, right? They have looked okay on this map, right? They've been able to compete on it well enough. And with the space they've got on the CT side, they've actually done a pretty good job. And you can actually start to see some of these individuals warming up a bit. And I want to see that for the rest of the series. I don't want to see Complexity just pick up the mantle again and start beating down FaZe Clan. I want to see a close game.
We are seeing a close game right now. FaZe have won all the 3 buy rounds so far. Again, the pistol round, mind you, it was JKS just going God mode, which allowed Complexity to steal it away. It could. There is a power in the universe where this was a 6-0 for the side of FaZe. So far, it's been a pretty solid start overall, despite the heartbreaking loss in the pistol round. Brokey gets the opening pick. He's going to go for an aggressive peek towards Hut. That is so ballsy from him. As Rain looking to take the fight, he's going to go for the spray Dinko. He's going to find 2, almost a third. And they're just winning each and every one of these duels.
Kill from Olofmeister collected. Rush out of there. Now it is Blame F alone in a 1v4. The Galil out to the left side. Olofmeister collected. An AK-47 now picked up for Blame F. What is he going to be doing? Looking for the spray through the wall. Landed a little bit of damage, but nothing significant. And now he'll change the turn of the direction. The shot comes through the wall right in front of him. And nonetheless, he gets down to lower. The rotation has come through from FaZe Clan. 2 players on the site fighting him from Decon. One's out to the left side of the control room as well. But it's going to be so difficult. Kirby had the better position. Fantastic rotation there from FaZe Clan. They've got a good idea of how they're playing this. And honestly, this is pretty impressive. So 4-3 up for FaZe Clan. They've got a lot more to do, but so far so good here on Nuke.
Yeah, they're getting picked apart, and just these initial duels going the way of FaZe, and that's Complexity actually looking to take these duels, right? I'd like to see kind of like a set take coming in. I want them to kind of test the waters of this upper bomb set defense by just going for like a full-on execute take. I think that would make things a little bit more interesting, because right now they're basically just walking to the FaZe members, their crosshairs with no flashes, no nothing, just getting mowed down. He finds JKS, who was aiming at Config. I think it was Rush, but he finds JKS through the smoke. But at least Config gets the kill, and they're going to be coming in bowling. I'm sorry, forgetting how to English it. Straight into the lower bomb side, but Kirby is holding down the fort.
While Kirby and Brokey having a great time, but Config has just come out of nowhere. That's 2 kills collected, and Kirby, he's got Blame F walking up towards him with a MAC-10. The kill comes through, and now it is all onto Config. He's got that deadly Deeg in hand and an M4 alongside it. And oh, he spotted Kirby! Another kill for Config! And he might just get all 5. He's looking for this last remaining player. And Cold Sarah has finally come down to the lower side of the map. Arriving from Secret, that bomb is down Decon. Config has collected it. He's not planting just yet, instead sticking around. And Cold Sarah has halted his movement for the time being, but he gets running again. He's walking right into the crosshair. Comes down to timing. How patient can Config be? The lineup! Oh no! 2 HP between him and the Is clutch. It's FaZe Clan on 5, but Config, my god, that was close.
He read that to perfection, Dinko. It was like a hunter just waiting for his prey.
Oh, that's frustrating if you're Config.
Oh, absolutely. He had it lined up. He had it lined up in Cold Zero somehow. 2 HP.
2 HP. Like, Cold Zero gets lucky there, right? That he does really well to hit that reaction shot. But blame F-Man, you've got to feel bad for the guy. That was so impressive. He nearly carried his team on his back in that round. I am so hyped that Config's back. This guy is an unbelievable player. So many years, I feel like his talent was wasted, but finally here in Complexity, he has found himself again, and he is just unbelievable.
Config, like, it just reminds me of that Mirage game he had against Ents, where he was unplayable, actually unplayable. 37 kills in a 16-13 win. You don't see that often. You don't see many players dropping 37 kills in regulation. That's how dominant he was. We're just toying with Ents. And if he didn't show up the way he did that game, it would have 100% been Ents playing against FaZe here today. But here we go. And there's going to be the Molotov, the upper take coming on in, and Russian Config cracking open that upper bomb side, and Brokey immediately is going to fall away. They know this one's done. He's trying to stay alive here, but it's getting hunted down. Config finds 2. And Olaf and Brokey trying the desperate best to finally shut down Config. What a madman thing, though. The guy's got a berserker rage inside him, like the Viking that he is.
He's taking that berserker elixir and he's trying to get it done, but it's not enough just yet. They've still got to pull this all the way back in. 4 rounds on the board locked in for Complexity. FaZe Clan now are starting to lose some of that money now. You take a look at Olaf Meister, $700 in the bank. Cold Zero, $1,650. Money's good on the rest though at the moment, but Complexity, they do answer back. Config, he's not happy with just the near clutch. He wants the round win, so he gets the double in this one. 5-4. Config is ravenous right now, Blood. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of this going into the next few rounds. FaZe Clan, I don't think so. I don't think they'll be looking forward to it as much as me, but nonetheless, they're going to figure out how to stop him. The question is, can he be stopped?
I don't know. He reminds me of, like I said, like a berserker, like a Viking berserker, just looking, just on the bloodlust, the blood rage inside of him, just looking for kills, not stopping. Let's see if he continues to think up. This FaZe have, I won't lie, they have looked good so far. Out of the last 6 rounds, they've won 5 in a row. And now, a slower approach from Complexity. They're going to be walking all the way down towards Secret. The smokes haven't deployed. No one really looking towards the smoke. And they haven't made a single solitary footstep. You have JKS on the, kind of like on the float, on the lurk towards lobby, waiting for any push to be coming in from the CTs. Olaf making his home towards lower. They're expecting a potential lower play here. And because of how turtle up FaZe are, they really have no information to work with. So these crossfires, these setups they have, it needs to work. And that means they need to hit the shots.
No question about it. FaZe Clan need to play their game, hit their shots. Every player interview ever. And we'll see if they can get it over the line here. Olaf Meister up on top of the rafters. A walkout coming in from Rush. A good kill to open up this round. And they're not hitting their shots at all, Blur. They're falling apart. Rain even going down to Config. Another double for Config. And another round where FaZe Clan are left saving with 2 players. Nothing they can do here. Complexity have figured them out. And FaZe Clan are going to have to adapt going into this next round because their money is going to be gone. In fact, it's getting there now. Complexity have tied up the scoreline, and they might just take control of this game in the next round.
How many multi-kills does Config have right now? He's like a Danish demon. Just getting kills and winning almost every single duel. And that's kind of crazy. You go back to map number 1, it was Poison and it was JKS who was just popping off. Although, that being said, no one had a bad game for Complexity. Everyone is having a good old time, except for JKS and Poison just being, just having slightly better time. And now you had JKS with that, basically, even though it was a 2v4, it was virtually a 1v4 for him in the pistol round. And then you have BlameF having a massive round. He got an ace there, although it was an eco ace. And then you have Config just winning almost every single duel, looking almost unhinged in the way he's approaching some of his duels, and that's a scary sign for the side of FaZe. Dinko, they have a couple of rifles, but apart from that, just the pistols and Complexity, well, they've bounced back here. They've won 2 back-to-back and made the money a little rough for the side of FaZe Clan.
Oh, they have certainly made the money rough over here for FaZe. They've got to really figure out what they want to do going forward. Money is equalized out, so you take a look at how things are right now for FaZe Clan. You know, they got 2k average in the buy, a little more than that actually. So they will be able to get a buy into this next round, but Complexity just having a great time. You see BlameF, the awareness not to go around that corner, but that's the bomb caught. Rain with 1 and a deagle. JKS able to reply. I don't think neutralized early on into the round, but 1v3 Corsair catching BlameF out, but BlameF still with the headshot, somehow wins that duel. And these are duels you want to see FaZe Clan win. You should be seeing Corsair win that aim duel every single time. BlameF wasn't even looking at him. You've got Brokey here on the back of the A side. The Deagle needs to deliver. Oh, he's got his chance. It doesn't work out. Poison still got that kill somehow, Blair.
He went for a 360 shot. Thankfully, it wasn't a no-scope.
He's trying to join FaZe Clan.
Well, send in his application. I don't know if it's going to get accepted, though. Kirby left alone, and he should just be holding on to this M4 here. There's nothing he can do. Complexity back once more in the lead. They've won 3 in a row. For FaZe, it was an eco. They had to save rifles there, so they should be able to buy it pretty comfortably. But yeah, this is a little worrying, right? It's Complexity's map pick, Dinko. And Nuke is no longer the highly CD-sided map it once was. Like, I think Train has taken that particular crown. So, you know, having a lot of T-sides, it's not necessarily like complete doom and gloom for the side of FaZe, but I feel like Complexity will have more tricks up their sleeves on both sides compared to what FaZe have. So for FaZe, I don't know what to expect from the T side. So I'm expecting them to try and at the very least take the lead going to the second half. 8-7, 9-6 maybe in Poison, just styling on Brokey there. That's so sick.
Kirby towards outside. Smokes are coming up. 3 smokes. A little bit of a deeper wall of smokes this time to allow the secret cross. A little bit more expensive, of course, to pull off that execute towards outside, but Brokey has collected the first kill. Now the attempt from Complexity to get down towards ramp, and they've done it well. They've forced Coldzera back, and now it's on to Olofmeister to try and hold off. Complexity running over the top of him, and Olofmeister doesn't get a single kill. FaZe Clan, you know, just losing every important duel right now. And Config is an animal, and he's going to go down to Kirby.
Kirby and Rain. 2 quick kills. BlameF, though, positioning is everything, and is going to get back in the nick of time. Kirby's going to be found out. Now his position compromised. It's going to come down to Rush, though. He's been seen as well, so now they know where both the keys are. And Rush waiting for the play. He's going to find Brokey, but Rain from above, raining death and destruction. He gets the 1v2 clutch, both the kills. Almost instantly by the looks of things, and he'll have enough time to go for the defuse as well. And with that, the FaZe bounce back. Although, Dinko, they lose 4 players, and that means they're not able to build anything up economy-wise. If Complexity is able to potentially steal the next round away, they're going to be back to ecoing days again.
Money is the big problem, right? That's the game right now for both of these teams, just trying to grab control of the economy, and some of these very crucial rounds coming through for them. But a fantastic showing that from Rin, really getting it done at 4 FaZe Clan to close out the round. Now we head into round number 13. This is more like it from FaZe Clan. This is far more competitive, and Brokey not too far off landing that shot, but this is it. Has to come back into a better position. Complexity unscared at the start of this, but look at this boost over the top. What? Poison trying to get the boost over the top into the skylight. That was nearly the kill. 1 HP in Coldzera.
What was that?
They're breaking the game, Blur.
What was that? Hello? Olaf's on FaZe. And Complexity trying to pull off an Olaf boost here. That was ridiculous. 1 HP. Cold's probably wondering what the hell just happened there.
I love that. I love that boost so much from Complexity.
They just broke the map.
They have. And it doesn't get the kill, but coldzera is probably wondering what the hell just happened right there. He's down to 1 health point. DreamHack with the headshot, Kirby out of them. And Complexity, well, they're going to lose the kill back. Ren is just pushed into the lobby. But look at the flank from Olofmeister. Being proactive, trying to get back into his Complexity. Looking for the kill, but Poison turns around, and the kill is there. Ren on the double. Now it's a 2v3.
Smart play though, forcing them back. BlameF pushing up towards the ramp area. They're not going to be expecting this. He hears the player dropping on down. Brokey is going to be looking the right way. He's not, and BlameF, the timing is impeccable. And Cold and Rain in a 2v2. Bomb down. coldzera on 1 point of health. The timing is everything. The nade finds BlameF. The Poison. He keeps on pushing. And it is going to be the clutch going the way of Rain. These rounds, Denko, it's just coming down to the wire. A 4K, a quad kill for Rain to clutch out the round for FaZe. He's won 2 back-to-back clutches to win these rounds.
I want to see this boost again. This is all I care about right now, is this boost coming through. It was so impressive, but nonetheless, Rain, what a player. He is showing up, really stepping up for the FaZe clan right now when they need someone. They've been losing a lot of those important jewels. They've been going down a player, but Rain is the man pulling it all back.
Where's the boost? We need the boost.
Maybe we'll get it a little bit later. Maybe we'll find it later, but nonetheless, a sick triple boost. Hopefully, Complexity tried again. During this map, I really do want to see it come through. I'm sure it'll be on Reddit a little bit later on. If you missed it, you can catch it on front page of Reddit a little bit later on. But nonetheless, Complexity walking down into the lower side. Smokes are up, and they will start to edge closer and closer to Brokey right now. He's got this open play. There should be at least 1 kill, unless Poison's quicker. And Brokey obviously has the chance here to take that first frag, and they're going to be setting up for this. The barrel spotted. Brokey now ready. He knows they're coming around this corner, and there's the kill on Poison.
They were teasing him there, Dinko. They were teasing him to peek out. They're going to peer out again. That wasn't it from Brokey. He's been fantastic so far, but that wasn't the play. Kirby, however, finding JK is going to neutralize, actually rather regain the man advantage. But BlameF finds Rain, and that's going to be an open bomb site towards upper. However, there is still coldzera floating around. He can find Rush. Is he going to survive? He just needs to stay alive here. Just wait for his teammates to arrive. The bomb is going to be planted. However, they will have the man advantage as they go in for the retake.
coldzera with config going down. Just BlameF left alone in this clutch. And a low Complexity. I've got this bomb down. Winning the round is still going to be very difficult for the Inkim leader. Through the smoke, spotted as it fades away. Olofmeister goes down, and BlameF, he's doing this right now. Kirby and coldzera trying to get back in, and BlameF is going to heaven. This position, he needs to get there quickly. Defuse coming through. He's sprinting all the way up the ladder, and the headshot in from coldzera. The defuse stuck by Kirby, and the round just about won by FaZe clan.
That was a Hail Mary play from from the final player there. I don't... He should have known it was a 1v2, and he was making a lot of noise. I'm surprised why he went for that play there, did BlameF. A little surprising, but yeah. FaZe, they at least guaranteed themselves the minimum of a 1-round lead going into the second half, Dinko. They make it 9-6. There's a chance we can see map number 3 coming up here.
Smokes up for the cross, and Kirby trying to get over the top of Red. He's got such a good position here. Surely he gets at least 1 or 2. They're not looking. They turn around. Poison with the headshot. Kirby caught. He goes down immediately. And now BlameF running down into the lower side. Complexity winning the duels. It's just coldzera left alone, and he drops right into config. It's 7 at the half. A much better performance from FaZe clan. We'll see if they can keep it up and send us to a third after the break.
Don't look away. Send a display. All eyes on me. Don't even blink. In the presence of kings, bow down to me. I'm everything and more than you'll ever be. Nobody can stop me, it's destiny. skies that can't fool me. If you wanna survive, make it out alive, you better run from me. I'm everything and more than you will ever be. Nobody can stop me, it's destiny. You don't ever want me as an enemy, yeah. Don't look away, all eyes on me. Don't look away, keep watching me, whatever it takes, stay fixed on me. Don't look away, keep watching me, keep watching me.
FaZe Clan battle back heading into map number 2. It's Complexity's map pick, and FaZe Clan came out on top at the half. It's 7. We'll see if that continues on their T side. Blow, we did have some question marks heading into this one. Based on the T side we've seen on Inferno, it was more so the strengths of Complexity, though, I feel like, on the defensive side. So definitely hoping to see more of the same out of Complexity. We'll see if FaZe Clan can rise to the occasion.
Yeah, at least the players have woken up, right? We saw Cold Zera have his moments. We saw Brokey as well with the AWP initially looking pretty fantastic. And also, for the side of Rain, how many clutches did he win? At least 2 clutches, if I read that right. But here we go. Pistol round. And it is going to be... Have FaZe won all the pistol rounds?
No. They didn't win this pistol round. Complexity won the pistol here.
JKS. They did come closer. It was a 4v2, so let's see if they're able to turn this one back. Rain's going to find Poison, and it's going to be JKS getting hounded down, the hero of the pistol round from the first round. They're not wasting no time, Dinko. They're going to come charging on in, and Dinko, there's nothing JKS can do, but Blame F does reply back with one.
Oh, Blame F with another one, a second picked up in Complexity. Yeah, again, pulling the pistol round back. Kerby luckily with a headshot, Brokey following up, but now it's all on Config. 1v3. He's dropped that bomb down and he's looking for a second victim. 2 players left, he spotted the double door play, but Brokey caught a little bit of vision and swings back in with a headshot. Brokey is the pistol god.
Brokey is generally very, very good with every weapon. That's one thing we found out. They've won 3 out of the 4 pistol rounds so far in the series, Dinka. It could have been actually all 4, unless JKS had just hadn't gone Super Saiyan in the first round. But this is a good start. They had the lead. They had the 1-round lead going into the second half. They win the pistol. If they can convert this force buy and the anti-force buy rather and the anti-eco, they're in a very comfortable position. It's going to be 11-7 for FaZe. But then again, Complexity, they've shown that even with the pistols, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Just a reminder to everybody watching as well, we are running 2 simultaneous streams. Over on the main stream, we've got Cloud9 taking on Complexity. So if you're interested in that matchup, or should I say Cloud9 versus Spirit, we've got Complexity here. Nonetheless, if you're interested in that match, head on over. But let's stick around here. Which you should. FaZe Clan trying to battle back on this second map. They've done a decent job so far. 9 rounds picked up, and they needed a good start coming into the T side, and they've done that well. Kirby with the AK-47 collecting the kill. Poison falls, and the Deagle trying to spam on through, but now Burnett holding on. The charge down into ramp. JKS gets checked in the boost, but he gets 1 kill. Broke answers back 2 players in behind the smoke right now. BlameF in the smoke. Config with a headshot, and now there's a chance. They've run right past BlameF in this smoke. He's gathering all the info from the footsteps. That's the bomb. Brokey with the headshot somehow turns around, and now there's Config. I think Brokey is aware of this possibility, but he gets away. If he had picked up 1 shot there, that would have been the bomb down in the lower sight, and Config would have an easy 1v1. But now it's a retake. A 1v2 onto this A site blood. Brokey on 1 HP, 18 for Kirby, and that shot's going through the wall.
That was so close, and Config, he won't check the close angle, and Kirby, 18 HP and 1 versus Config, and unfortunately, the positioning for Kirby, he wasn't expecting it. As we do have an update from the mainstream, Cloud9 now leading 3-1 on DOS2, the map pick coming in from the side of Spirit. The first map, mind you, went 16-14, Cloud9 winning theirs in a very, very close fashion. And right now, Dinko, FaZe Clan, they survived the scare, and for Complexity, it's just going to be pistols once more. It's going to be a couple of Deegs, P250 in the hands of JKS, but they, they made FaZe bleed there, and that could have easily have gone the way. Complexity. FaZe is taking duels outside, but Poison with the Deagles. These shots are just pristine, Dinko, and he's looking for more. Finally gets shut down, but is dealt the damage. It's now a 2v3, still favoring FaZe, but barely, because Cold is down to 25 HP.
In these Deagle rounds, in these pistol rounds, Complexity always look deadly. FaZe Clan have got to pick this one up. JKS peeking towards Yard. Deagle trying to get around this corner. And Cold Zero just sitting back. He's low HP, so one bullet would be enough. And BlimF is going to walk into him. Cold Zero needs to be careful. Oh, the peek at the right time. BlimF caught. This time JKS replying. He's now got an AK-47. But again, no utility, no Kevlar, and no kit into this 1v2.
Yeah, if I'm JKS, I just might as well save here. I mean, they've dealt the damage. They dealt so much damage. They're peek together, I love it. Brokey is going to win the duel, the aim punch being a little too much for JKS to contend with. And FaZe, 11-7. However, having lost so many players in the past couple of rounds, it's going to be messy. And point, oh, what a shot at Rain. That is just disgusting. That is just obscene from Poison. How expensive are these rounds were for the side of FaZe? So now the real test is going to be coming in. Denko Poison, he went for the full eco of 2 rounds, and now that he has the AWP, a lot of utility for Complexity. M4s abound as well. And it's going to be the first real test for FaZe here on the T side.
Yeah, you want to see this all about for Poison. He was playing really well on map number 1. He actually was top fragging for the team, and now he's not really having the best performance. You know, other than those Deagle kills in the previous round, he hasn't really had much impact so far on the server. In fact, a lot of people have dropped off on this team. He's up on 7 kills now. JKS on 9. I believe Rush is on 6 kills as well, so we've got a little bit of a quieter performance than some of these Complexity players. FaZe Clan overall have had a big step up in the individual front, and when it comes to FaZe Clan, that's pretty much what this team's all about, right? It's just having those individuals pop off, and over on Inferno, it didn't really happen. They weren't given any space to play with. So Complexity now getting a real test. FaZe Clan doing a good job on Nuke at the moment.
They are slowing it down. Complexity not really being very proactive here. The flashbang is good, but Jake is able to avoid it. Oh, he goes for the shot, the pre-fire. And that's a dead giveaway. Olaf immediately takes his head. And they're going to come charging on in. Olaf with a 2 quick double opening. That's a lower bomb site just to run over. Broke is going to find Poison as well. They're winning all the duels, Dinko. This is the first real test for FaZe Clan, and they come out with flying colors. Fantastic stuff coming in from the side of FaZe, especially Olaf with his 2 openings.
That's what you want to see from FaZe Clan. That's what we're loving to see here on Nuke right now. And honestly, Complexity not really showing too much here. Not showing us that they're going to be able to pick this up. Okay, they've had a lot of close Deagle rounds, but these gun rounds are what matters. And they haven't really shown us a whole lot when they've got those rifles out. Poison had the AWP out, didn't do anything. JKS, yet again, not doing anything on the defensive side. Config slowed down a little bit as well. And this team, they were on fire on Inferno. They had no test at all. And here on Nuke, well, they've kind of grabbed control of this game and are now 4 rounds away from sending us to the 3rd map. I don't think anybody would have expected, coming out of Inferno, that we'd be looking at a 3rd map today in this series. But they are showing up here, FaZe Clan, and I, for one, am a fan of seeing a better match.
Yeah, you don't want it to be just a damp affair with Cult Complexity just running away with it. And honestly, looking at Inferno, yeah, I wouldn't have blamed anyone for expecting the results would be the same here on Nuke, but FaZe, they've come to play, and I love the fact that they have kind of like immediately just deleted the memories of the Inferno game and have stepped up here. Rain taking a lot of damage. I love that. I love the nade. That is brilliant nade usage. And Rain probably wondering how the hell he's getting naded, where the hell rather he's getting naded from. Complexity, they have some pretty cool tricks up the sleeve on this map. We saw the boost in the first half. We have these nades here as well. This one I've seen earlier, but they have a lot of cool tricks up the sleeve, Dinko. Unfortunately, they're not winning the rounds, though. And that is problematic if you're a Complexity fan.
Certainly. Complexity look well prepared on the map. I'm going to have some interesting boosts over on the T side. They had Config tearing it up on the T side, but now we're starting to see that world in which, you know, if it happened against ENCE, they probably would have lost that third map, not even had a chance to be here, where Config maybe doesn't keep that level up the entire map. And if no one else is really doing much over here for Complexity, what does happen? DreamHack has been the man to step up in a lot of these rounds. He's 21-11 right now. He's got that M4 alongside Rush into this one, and a bit of damage inflicted on FaZe Clan early. Bit of a gap, of course, in this smoke, but nonetheless, they will get down towards Secret. And there's 4 players charging their way into the lower bomb site.
30 seconds on the clock as well. They need to make a bit of haste, and they're making a lot of noise all off, trying to beat the lurk, trying to catch out the players dropping towards vents. But JKS with the deagle didn't go. Oh, he's gonna find the bombs. That's a bomb carrier drop right now, and he's gonna be holding the line. He gets taken by Calder, but 14 seconds, and Kirby is hitting everything. And somehow, danger has been averted. They're gonna get the bomb down here. Poison trying his desperate best to do something, but he will be denied. But Rush isn't quite done yet. He's gonna find 1, 2, looking for the third kill, but Kirby is holding the line and is lying in wait.
Rush runs over the top, another kill for Rush! What a clutch from Rush, that is unbelievable! Complexity, they needed a miracle, and it's Rush, the hero for the team!
I don't... How has he pulled that off?
That is unbelievable from Rush! They just needed it. They needed that so badly. He sat back in that ramp blood. He sat back in this position. Picks up the first, the second. They give him the fights. And FaZe Clan, they completely fall apart. Kirby looked like he'd done enough there, to be honest, but Rush just tears them to shreds in the final few moments.
That was his last bullet as well onto Cold. His very last bullet of the magazine, and he just pulls it off. That is just unreal from Rush. We've seen big moments from almost every single player of Complexity, maybe apart from Rush, but this time around he shines through. There's going to be a hit coming in towards upper, but the smoke, it's going to be preventing FaZe from going for that play for now. I think I hit a falsetto there, Dinko.
So
that clutch.
Do I. That was something else. Rush, they had some clutches yesterday, you know, even against Gambit. They were looking... He had a couple of moments, certainly. Rush is good in those clutches. He's a very cerebral player. He knows how to play those clutches well. And that's what he can do sometimes. And Rush does get a lot of flack from the community, you know, for being the more supportive element on the team, you know. When you're a team, you've got Poison, JKS, Config, BlameF. You can't be a star player. There's no way you can take any of those roles away. Rush has to do the dirty work in this team, and what a job he does. And even when he needs clutches.
That was a very important round as well to win, considering it really didn't make too much of an investment as well. They had a couple of rifles, but here we go. It's going to be BlameF. He's alone. He needs to win these duels, and he won't make his escape. Gets taken down. Bomb spotted. He knows that at least a few players dropping on in. Config walks on in, catches Brokey, and it's a 3v4. Man advantage for Complexity. However, they have lost the lower bomb site.
Brokey was just trying to catch those rotations, maybe take down a player as they try and get to the B site, but Config walks right into his crosshair, takes him down immediately, and now 4v3. Complexity looking for the retake, but FaZe Clan, they're popping off. Rim with a headshot. All of Mice are doing work as well, and it's cleaned up. JKS and Rush taking everybody down, and Complexity with 9 rounds on the board. They're fired up now. That has given them the energy moving forward. Complexity, a cliche, but they are a momentum-based team. If they get the confidence fired up, if they get that momentum, they are going to be a team that starts to go into a mode where they're just unstoppable, right? We've seen that on Inferno, and now that clutch from Rush, that might just be enough fire in the belly of Complexity to let this beast unleash.
Well, that is how the Juggernaut does operate. He starts moving. He becomes nigh unstoppable, and that is what they have been named after. Poison has had a very quiet game, but with the AWP in his hands, CD side, it's time for him to wake up as well. He was fantastic on Inferno, not missing, narrowly missing a single shot. So far on Nuke, he has been a bit missing BlameF with the aggression. This is the very first time we've seen this level of aggression from Complexity towards the outer yard. Molotov's going to force him back. He reads it, and he's going to fade away before the flames touch his feet. It is a pretty turtle-up approach once more for Complexity. No aggression at all. They have Poison with the op towards ramp. He's got backup in the form of JKS. Kind of like a turtle-up setup here from the CTs. Blame F playing towards Mini. As Execute comes towards outside, Poison's going to leave his position towards Ramp, and they're going to relocate himself towards Heaven, where he's going to be dealing death. Raining down death, rather, upon Rain.
JKS around the corner. Couple of players about to come into his crosshair. Utility used up. Now he's going to be under pressure. He's got the first kill. Looking for the second one is here as well. And just delaying, but no kill other than the first. 1v3. One kill is enough right now to keep the advantage afloat here for Complexity. And look who's down here on the lower side. Config in the corner. Run over the top. The first kill. The second. Oh, nearly the third. Config just shutting them down. And Kirby now with the impossible task. A 1v4 clutch against Complexity. He's taken the first, ball planted, and now 3 players remain coming back into the site. Try and get in behind the boxes. He's spotted by the AWP now, trying to take that fight. And Poison, of course, just re-peeking from the other side of the ramp. It's another round for Complexity. They really are starting to feel this map now.
Bomb has been defused.
12 to 10. Slowly but surely whittling away the deficit they had. And for FaZe Clan, yeah, sure, to get the bomb down. Needs a little bit extra money in the kitty, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I love the rotation of Poison there, just immediately leaving Ramp, heading straight towards Heavens the moment the smokes are deployed towards outside, and he was all over the map there, right? He was towards Ramp holding initially, gets a kill towards Heavens, and then finally again, finishing it off in style towards from the Ramp position. FaZe opting to go for a light investment. It's going to be a fast hit towards the lower bomb side. They're going to be dropping straight on in towards the vents. Wasting no time. Blame F floating around. He knows, he's aware that someone might be there. Trying to get a timing right, and Cold Zera just runs out the running headshot as Kirby will be spotted out as well. And suddenly, things are looking a little interesting as Rain. What is that shot under Rush? Just deletes him from the server. And now it's a 3v3. Poison duking it out with the pistols. He's going to get peeked together. He gets a double dink in, and he's going to land a shot with the AWP, Dinko. And all of a sudden, once more, it's down to Rain. He's won a couple of clutches earlier, but this one might be a little bit too much.
He's pulled the rifle just as he goes around the corner. Blame F with the kill. Complexity on 11. And yeah, that round was just done. When you hand that off to Rain, there's no way he can be expected to pick it all up. So 12 to 11 for Complexity. We take a closer look at the economy and how this paints a picture right now for both teams. FaZe Clan, yes, still in the lead. Their buy comes through. They've got the AK-47s, the utility out in play. Money not really there in reserve. Over for Complexity, the majority of the players, 3 out of 5, have got money left over. They're on 11, looking to try and tie things up, and if they do it in this round, Blair, they likely take the lead.
They do indeed, and it is indeed very, very worrying right now for FaZe, having had such a massive lead. Getting to another wave, the aggression's going to come out. The timing is brilliant. Olaf gets tagged on to 2 points. And Poison's going to come peering around the corner with JKS, and it's still going to hold on. It should just be falling back right now if they've done the job. And for the very first time, the ramp aggression coming in from Complexity, and it's going to pay out for them. Kirby, however, is pushing towards Garage. This duel is going to be very crucial, Dinko. It's Blame F versus his Danish cousin.
Kirby walking in. Oh, trying to get behind, but Blame F will not be snuck up on. He turns around and gets the headshot. Config as well. This is the Complexity we remember from Inferno. This is the Complexity of FaZe Clan's nightmares. And Cold Zera in a 1 versus 5, taking a kill. He wants 4 more. This clutch would be one that throws it way back to Cold Zera's best player in the world times. I'll look for another kill here on the Poison. Shot coming through. Poison's an AWP, but there's not going to give you much space here, but that ready for the peak, and Poison just tears his head off with a side on. 12 to 12. BM coming in here from Complexity. Ever since that clutch blast from Rush, they have not lost a round.
Maybe that was a catalyst. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. Oh boy, this is looking a little worrying for the side of FaZe. 4 rounds in a row? Or is it 5? I forget. Doesn't really matter. The thing is, Complexity are on a bit of a tear right now, tying things up. This round is going to be so very crucial for the side of FaZe, Dinko. If they lose this once more, they're going to be forced to go down to pistols. At least if they get the bomb down, might be able to eke out a buy, but still, it is going to be very grim indeed for the side of FaZe. And they're aware of it. This round is pretty much almost a must-win. JKS taking the duel. He's going to find one. Olaf taking a bit of damage as well. And JKS still continuing to take the duels. And look at the aggression from Blade F. He doesn't know who to shoot at. He spots too many players. And he's going to find two. And finds three. What a spray from Blade F. And Olaf's going to be left alone in a 1v5. He finds Config. But this is looking impossible, Dinko. What a round from the captain.
Fantastic performance out of BlameF. He was really the player leading the charge for them for the majority of that first half, right? He was up plus 20 kills going into the second, and I feel like it's very important that the rest of the complexity stood up, and alongside BlameF have now made a death machine. FaZe Clan are not happy to see JKS now reaching the numbers as well. 17 kills added to the collection. He had a fantastic performance over on Inferno. And FaZe Clan now calling another timeout. They're really starting to feel this pressure. And you're going to see a spray down again for BlameF. Filthy stuff coming in from the in-game leader.
Just disgusting. 28 kills, Dinko. I mean, still in regulation. It was 12-7. Complexity have now won 6 in a row. And they're not showing any signs of stopping anytime soon, Dinko. The money's looking fantastic. This is after the buy. BlameF is sitting on an exact figure of 10,000. I've really seen that. 10k, 5,000 for Rush, $7,000 to JKS, 9k for Poison. Nice round figures. And Config kind of spoiling it with 3,100. But looking good for Complexity. But for FaZe Clan, yeah, they lost that round. I was saying how that round's a crucial one. And they have to go with the pistols here. And if Complexity play this right, they're going to be reaching 14.
FaZe Clan now hoping to pull off an important round here with the pistols running down into the A site. Rush has got the first and the second, finally shut down by Rain. There's a player in the smoke. Oh my god. Poison, you madman. What is he doing? 14 rounds for Complexity. Poison is just mental. And Complexity still win the round, of course. I have no idea. Did he just jump out of heaven into the smoke?
Was he? Yeah?
What a wild man Poison is. I would love to see the thought process in Poison's play.
I just want to see the replay. Oh, he jumped down, threw smoke on himself off. What a lunatic. I love it. Inject that poison straight into my veins, Dingo. That was just fantastic.
Choose your poison, blood. And you've chosen the Bulgarian Madman. He's a bloody incredible player. BlameF with a headshot, calls out one-way market for BlameF. He's created a one-way, another kill collected with it. Kirby finally shuts him down out of that, and now we've got ourselves a 4v3. Fantastic play for BlameF, really working with his environment and allowing 2 kills to go Complexity's way. The outside fight's not really necessary, to be honest, from Config, but he goes down. Kirby taking the headshot. Yeah, that's not necessary from Complexity. You know, they are fired up. They haven't really lost a round in a very long time, but still, those are the kind of plays that might just allow FaZe Clan back into this. It's still 14-12. Still very possible to let these legends of the game back into things. 49 seconds now in play, blah.
Bit of a stalemate, just lying in wait. 40 seconds. Rush. Spider sense tingling. Check though, but he's going to spot out Rain before Rain sees him. He does a bit more damage on Olaf though. The problem is JKS's position here, Dinko. I'm going to check it. They will clear him, but doesn't matter. JKS still going to win these duels. Kirby so very low, and JKS will have no trouble clutching it out, or rather just winning it out. He had his teammate alive. Anyway, it was a contingency player alive there. And 15-12, Complexity to get to map point. It was 12-7 for FaZe Clan. And Complexity just brought it back. They've strung 8 in a row. That is just... That's heartbreaking for FaZe. Honestly, I won't lie. They were looking so good initially. But a juggernaut, they've woken up.
Yeah, it all comes off that play. And it's Rush winning the clutch that allows them to pick up here. That's certainly going to be one of the plays of the day, if not the best play. Up to them was just the first match. Config plays cross in front of him. Kirby and Rain taking them down in Complexity. This might just be the end of their run. Caster's curse coming in full effect, blah. Yeah, rounds might just be where this trend stops from Complexity. BlameF with 30 kills, 31 now added on the tally. What a beast. 31-14. BlameF having a fantastic performance right now. And FaZe Clan, they are looking At least grab 13. Still 2 away. Overtime still very much a possibility. And Complexity are trying this retake, but it's not looking likely. They've got to hope for some magic out of Poison's ult, but it has pulled off 1 kill. JKS now going through. Missed shot from Poison time, taking Poison with another, but no consolation prize at this point. FaZe Clan 13 added to the tally, and we head into round 29. Will we go the distance and all 30 in regulation, or will Complexity send us to a 2-0 win?
That's not quite done yet, is it? And can't really blame Complexity for going for that attempt. They did have enough money to work with. There are two more rounds remaining in this half. The problem is, if they lose this one, I think it'll be fine. Rush doesn't have any money, but BlameF has enough cash to drop them a gun over. So money isn't going to be a problem here for Complexity in regulation. Can they close it out, though? That is the question. Once more, they're going to be going for the same play again, Dinko, and it's going to work out once more. Kirby's going to find config, but JK is getting pushed. It's all a ruse, as JKS immediately heading towards the lower bomb side as Poison gets found by Olaf. So these opening kills going the way of FaZe and Complexity. Not able to reply back.
Look at Rush's full position. They have so much control right now. Rush is about to catch a couple of players coming around this corner. Rush line up 3 kills surely at this point. Rush grabs all 3, and that is the last nail in this coffin. Kerby and Brokey having to pull off a 2v3. They've collected the first. Now Rush looking for another one. He finally goes down, and Kerby saving FaZe Clan. There's a pulse. There's a heartbeat right now, and this team are going to be staying alive unless BlameF can pull off a 1v2 clutch. I won't put it past him. He's 31 kills right now. And FaZe Clan, luckily they've got Kerby right now getting those 3 kills, keeping the dream alive.
BlameF has pulled off so many ludicrous clutches in the recent past on Nuke that I really wouldn't be surprised. He's not going to waste any time. He's just going to leg it. 30 seconds is still enough time to work with here. And he's wasting no time whatsoever. Molotov, that's a dead giveaway to where the player is. But unfortunately, due to the smoke, he's not going to be able to push. He's just going to take a few pot shots here. Kirby and Brokey are going to be playing this one together, Dinko. The health's looking good as well. This should be unwinnable. Like, no matter how good BlameF is, and he is indeed a beast, this should be a round that should 100% go the way of FaZe, and indeed it will. Brokey's going to get the headshot. 14 to 15. We're going to go the full distance. And Complexity have one more chance, one opportunity to close out this series and qualify for the playoffs. And for FaZe, though, it's about making it to overtime. What a spray from Rush. That repositioning was... The timing could not have been better.
Kerby just saves the day. There's no way that FaZe Clan win that round unless Kerby is just alive, popping off, getting all those important jewels going their way. Complexity now 15-14, looking to try and take it over the line. FaZe Clan battling back. Overtime, a real possibility. In fact, it's the most likely of outcomes when you look at Complexity's buy. FaZe Clan are favored in this round. They've got the rifles out in play. The one advantage Complexity do have is that they have an AWP out. Poison wielding that weapon. And BlameF is pushed up underneath the silo. He's got a decent spot right now.
Waiting patiently for the aggression. They've been caught off guard so many times by BlameF's push towards outer that they're super paranoid right now, FaZe. And all the pressure is on their shoulders right now. They want to take it to overtime. They need to take it to overtime. Battling for survival. Slowly inching ahead is going to be Olaf. He's been pretty solid so far in this second half and getting these opening picks. They're going to be pushing on in, Dinko. This is going to be risky. The timing is everything. The push is going to be coming in from Rush. He's going to find one. As he picks up the gun, no, he has him, but he's going to hold the line. The defense had to do all the work, and Rush is going to find another kill. Config still holding the line, but he should be taken down here by Olaf with a double. And now it's a 2v3 as a bomb will get planted.
JKS nipping at the heels of Coldzera. He's walked into the lobby. And JKS now charging forward. There's the kill onto Coldzera. A little bit of damage done. It's now just Brokey left alone. Complexity. They've got a 2v1 and Brokey has to keep FaZe Clan alive. He's got it down into the 1v1, but he's 4 HP. JKS nearly taking him down through the wall. And Brokey still alive. The time ticking on in the bomb, and Brokey going forward, not cowering away. It's overtime coming right up. Brokey has sent us right there. We'll be back after the break. We go again. Complexity versus FaZe Clan continues in overtime. FaZe Clan, a lot of people have definitely written them out of a lot of scenarios, but right now they're battling back on Nuke, and I for one, am very excited to see this right now. FaZe Clan showing up. I'm excited to see this happen. They've had to come back from some ridiculous rounds, and Poison just running right through the hut, taking the kill down onto Rain.
Firstly, I just want to point out Brokey has been an absolute beast. JKS, though, the off angle, he doesn't get the kill. Kirby, 1 HP, he survives and wins the duel. And it's going to be Poison who just destroys Brokey through the edge of the door. And now, it's a 3v3 as Olaf finds Conflict. That's a huge pick to find. But Olaf, he's going to be left alone now, we think of 1v3, and Poison, he's missing nothing right now. 3 kills for the man as Complexity. They take round 1 of OT.
That was just a lightning fast, aggressive round coming in from Complexity. Just trying to assert dominance early on in overtime. FaZe Clan have been so tenacious throughout this map though. I'll not make them flinch too much. But certainly, a good start for Complexity coming into OT. Poison has started to really light up. He had a very quiet performance here on Nuke, but he is starting to warm up now. Over FaZe Clan, what a performance has been across the board from pretty much everybody involved. The flash in, Brokey gets caught just before the flashbang went out, and JKS will find the headshot. Complexity giving the man advantage going into this round. JKS repositions down on the lower side. He's also got Config off towards control room as well. There's the kill picked up, looking for the second. He sprays down, gets 2. JKS is still here as well. The nightmare continues. The FaZe Clan battle back. And he's just Rain left alone. A total 1v4. And 3 more players to collect in this clutch. They're starting to come down into the lower site. And Rain has eyes on that decon door. He'll tap, you'll hear the vent movement, and now he really needs to figure out how to play this one. He'll let Poison get close to that decon door, and Poison going for the wallbang through the door. The double door swing wide open as well. They're really trying to trap him, sandwich him in, but Rain will not flinch. Another headshot going back up towards the ramp, but Rush with the better position. Rain was preoccupied with the decon player, and its Complexity was 17 rounds.
That looked a little too scary for me. Like when BlameF peaked, I feel Rush should have peaked from ramp as well at the same time, but unfortunately, he doesn't. But Rush eventually wins the duel. That could have got very scary. You don't want to give individual 1v1s to someone like Rain. But Complexity, Dinko, they're 1-2 back-to-back right now. Can they make it a flawless half here? OT number 1 is the question. Thankfully, there's a 16k rule set for the OT, meaning that FaZe will have no trouble buying up. It's going to be contact play coming in. Rush is going to make contact, and it's got to find just one, but deals so much damage, making it so much more easier for Config to pick up the remaining pieces. 4v3, bomb dropped on the upper bomb side. They're waiting for Config to peek. But how long can he stay alive here is the question. He's trapped in the corner, and Brokey's going to finally find him. Cold Zero is going to tap away Poison, and suddenly the tables have turned. It's now a 2v3 in favor of the FaZe Clan.
Complexity having to battle back into this one. FaZe Clan have gotten themselves into a very solid position. BlameF is wrapping up through heaven right now. JKS is letting his teammate get into a better position for this retake. Currently Brokey playing close at the boxes. Olafmeister on default. And Colton playing towards hot right now. JKS goes around the corner. First picked up. BlameF finding the follow-up. And now 1v1 between Olaf and JKS. Running forward. Olafmeister holds the angle and wins the round. 17-16. FaZe Clan battle back. And 1 round on the T side. That's huge blood. Both of these teams have been relatively quiet on the attacking side. And finding a round going into OT, half number 1. Well, this is definitely looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's such an important clutch to win as well for Olaf. I love the timing on that retake from Complexity, right? It's a 2v3, and it comes down to the 1v1 in the end. Olaf going big once more. He might not necessarily be the star he once was for this team, but so far in this particular map, he has been fantastic. So many crucial kills going his way. Brokey's well stepped up. Cold Zero had his moments. Rain, and of course Kirby as well. Everyone waking up, and that's what we wanted to see. That's what we did not witness on Inferno. But they're still not quite done yet. 17-16. Complexity still have the 1 round lead. And they've shown that they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve, Dinko, on this nuke map. Let's see if they have any remaining aces hitting up their sleeves here, heading into overtime.
BlameF having control of the top of secret at the moment. Good control for Complexity, but KRB, this player, I mean, what a fantastic performance he's had. No one can overlook that. 26 kills right now for him. He's towards the back of Gary's. Config's actually gotten up towards heaven. Wolfmeister down here spots the bomb. That's a big kill to collect. Brokey's hit the deck, and now Config getting in towards heaven. Clean tap on Cold Zera, and now he wants more. One headshot is not enough. Config wants to crack a couple more open. And 56 seconds left. Bomb has been reclaimed by Complexity, but KRB finally comes out of his position. Taking away Poison's life. He's still got Olofmeister to play with. And Config peeked at the wrong time, and Olofmeister with the frag. And this is looking good for FaZe Clan. They're playing fantastic Counter-Strike here in overtime. And JKS and BlameF have got to pull off a 2v2. Not only do they need to do that, but they've got to pick up this bomb. And that does give them a big problem.
Oh, and the timing of the peek from Olofmeister. He spots the second player as well. BlameF left alone. It's a 1v1, 20 seconds. He's got to get the bomb back up, but does he know where Kirby is? No, he doesn't. And Kirby and Olof, that round looked done and dusted, Dinko. But they bring it back. And then once more, they tie things up 17-17.
What a fantastic round from Olofmeister and Kirby. Just patient play. Patience is the winning factor right there for FaZe Clan. Olofmeister had a good position down in towards Hell. Kirby, no matter what action is going down towards outside, as soon as Olofmeister brings that bomb down, Kirby knows he can just hold that position. He knows where the bomb is. He peeks out, gets the kill at the right time. Config then pulled away, forced to look for that garage fight, and Olofmeister just peeking out from Hell, getting the kill, and giving FaZe Clan a fantastic round win. And now they're looking to ride this wave. Ride this wave to map number 3. Config with a big kill. Olofmeister replying. Puts the flash down in. Good position. Rush swinging wide. Gets the kill. And that's an important frag to find for Complexity. They're a man up now. Kirby trying to catch them as they enter the ramp room. It's not really worked out for him too well. Cold Zero now getting aggressive. They're taking control of the site. Or taking control of the lobby, should I say. And now trying to follow up on these Complexity players that have made it down to B.
They're wasting their time. They're making a lot of noise as well. Kirby's the one who's going to be kind of secret agent, slowly sneaking in from the vents. Can he find BlameF? Is he going to turn around? No, he's not. He's going to walk past BlameF. That is huge, but BlameF turns around. That is so unfortunate for Kirby, and it's all again going to be down to Cold Dinko. He's at 1v4, and he's only good for one. Complexity. Once more, they get to map and match point. But FaZe, they've shown they're not going to go down without a fight. Them kicking and screaming, grabbing, and somehow dragging their way through to overtime. Can they somehow take us to OT number 2? We're going to be finding out here. Buy, of course, won't be a problem, but there is absolutely no margin for error left for the side of FaZe.
Yeah, you look at FaZe Clan right now, and they've done it before. They've pulled back performances that look like it's down and out, right? Complexity, after Rush's clutch, had grabbed control of this game, but Kirby has been a big part as to why FaZe Clan have been able to pull this game all the way back to OT. And now he's looking for double overtime. It's not going to be enough with just one OT and a loss. They want to bring it back. They want to force it to a map number 3. They are digging deep. And Complexity, currently a man down at the start of this final round of overtime number 1.
Having lost BlameF, it's a bit of a problem here. And Kirby, timing could be everything. Minute on the clock. Is he going to appear? Oh, Config! Just with the instant delete on the Kirby. I don't know if you read that, but Brokey does reply back. He catches Poison. Now all 3 remaining players of Complexity heading towards outside, and Config, he doesn't know where Brokey is, and Brokey just running around, winning each and every single duel, leaving it all in the hands of JKS Dinko. It's a 1v4. This converts it to a 1v3, but his bomb is dropped. They know where he is, and this is looking almost impossible. Brokey's going to walk straight out and take the kill, and with that, we're going to have overtime number 2. This game is not done yet.
No, it is not done yet at all, player. We go again. Overtime number 2 coming right out. FaZe Clan. This is impressive. they look at this team and they definitely look like a team that's having problems, right? There's no denying that. Everybody knows the problems that's going on right now in FaZe Clan. Coldzera was said yesterday he's not enjoying the income meeting right now. We've had a couple of underperformances from individuals over on that first map for sure, but here on Nuke they have shown up. And Kirby, Olofmeister, winning some huge rounds for this team. And we go again, starting at 18-18. We've got Poison looking down the barrel, trying to get a fight in towards ramp, but FaZe Clan not giving him that battle. Instead, they've pushed Olofmeister into a bit of more of an advanced position, and they've still got that ult pulled back in the hands of Brokey. Complexity taking their time at the start of this one.
Yep, and like you so very well put, like FaZe, they have had a lot of issues for a very long time, but right now, doesn't matter what issues they have outside the server, whatnot. In the server, they're hitting the shots. They're coming in pretty clutch as well. They take something coming towards Copper, and Coldzera is going to avoid the flashes. That's beautifully done by Cole. He finds 2, he finds 3, finally gets shut down, but Rain's there with the wallbang, and Brokey with the final blow. FaZe Clan shuts down the upper hit coming in from Complexity.
Fantastic stuff coming out there from Coldzera. That's what you want to see from this team. Look at that scoreboard for FaZe Clan right now. We've highlighted a couple of players that have had big rounds, but it's a team effort. 25, 29, 23 kills across this board for FaZe Clan. What a fantastic performance out of them. Over for Complexity, 37 kills on BlameF, 22 for Rush, 27 for JKS, and 28 for Config right now. Lagging behind is Poison, but he's had his moments. I'd like to see a little bit more output from him, but FaZe Clan, nonetheless, are in the lead again, but what a tenacious roster this is right now. A lot of work in Kirby through the smoke, taking down BlameF early. FaZe Clan giving them an advantage.
That just nuts from Kirby. Rain as well. Trying to get lucky. Smoke's going to dissipate any moment right now. There's going to be Config finding Kirby. JK is still sticking around. He has been spotted out. He's tucked into the corner next to the vents. Smoke's going to bloom, but I don't think they're aware. I don't think they know his position. This could be big. Brokey, in the meantime, he's got to win his duel. He's got to find 2. Poison does reply back, and Rain's going to catch JKS. He was trying to be sneaky, Dinko, but it was not to be. Poison now, left alone. 1v3. AWP in hand, bomb yet to be retrieved, and you can see Olofmeister just slowly creeping to his garage, looking to get the kill. It's a little labored, but he gets the kill in the end. FaZe Clan with a 2-round lead.
FaZe Clan doing a lot of work on this defensive side. Now, we did see them in regulation be more comfortable on the defensive side of things. It's that T side where both teams really struggled. So in overtime, the currency becomes T side round wins. Whichever team picks up those T rounds is definitely looking far better right now. FaZe Clan has done a good job on this defensive half. They want to clean it up flawlessly. Oh, another one! Kirby, he's got X-ray vision right through the smoke. Config gone. And it's a 5v4. Again, Kirby delivering the man advantage and play for FaZe Clan. Rain holding the walk down into the B bomb site. BlameF's alone here. A couple of preemptive taps from Rain, and that is going to scare BlameF off. He doesn't want to walk around that corner and take that solo aim duel. That would give a 2-man advantage over the FaZe Clan.
Kirby's a good player, but this is not normally. As a meme goes, that's just ridiculous. 2 rounds back to back. Just, I know, like, he's timing it, he's got the right angle and everything, but that's just nuts. But Complexity, they're creeping on in. The problem is Kirby, his crosshair is trained. He's going to spot them before they do.
Oh, here we go.
Rush. We're going to check him. Yes, they are, and Blame is going to come out on top though. So the trade does take place, neutralizing the man advantage that FaZe Clan had. And it's going to be Complexity pouncing on this upper bomb side. They're wasting not much of time. Coldzera, he's all by his lonesome, Dinko. There's no one nearby to help him out.
Oh, he's burning here, Blair, in the corner as well. That made noise. They should know where he is if that close player man heard him, and they're going to check his position. He gets 1 kill. Rush immediately replying, but Olofmeister comes in again, right behind him. JKS and Poison, they've got Rain in behind. It's a rainy day for Complexity. If Rain can get in here, Poison looking the wrong way. There's the headshot, running over the top into the site, and Olofmeister cleans it up. FaZe Clan 21-18. They are not giving up. In fact, they are dominating right now. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can keep this up going into the second half, because we might be seeing map number 3. In fact, it's looking likely, Black, that map 3 is coming up.
Map 3 is looking like it's going to be definitely coming up. I won't lie. I did not see this coming. even with some of the rounds FaZe won in regulation, the way Complexity were grinding back into that game, into this map, I thought it was over, but FaZe, they are not going to go down without a fight, and map 3 is definitely looking like a very, very distinct possibility here. This, of course, going to be in Mirage as well, which, honestly, the way FaZe are playing right now, anything could happen. Poison spots a couple of players out. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite land his shots. Smokes will be deployed, goes for the wall bang. I think that was a nade, rather. And all 5 members of FaZe running straight down towards Secret. Poison playing in front of the Smokes. He's good for 1, but he will be traded. It's going to come down to BlameF and Config. This is a pretty good crossfire being set up here to BlameF. However, will be pushed on back, and that means Config. He's going to be alone. He has to take these fights alone. And he's trapped in the corner. They're going to come pre-firing around the corner as Olof's going to find the kill. And all of a sudden, FaZe now with the lead. BlameF, however, neutralizes it.
Yeah, BlameF. Easy kill for him. He's going to look for another one here as well. Up in control room. He's doing a lot of work right now in that nade. Nearly landing in position, but Complexity, they've been drawn back into this round by BlameF. Rush taking the kill. Brokey now into the 1v1. Looking to take FaZe Clan over the line. The bomb will get planted. BlameF now stands between him and victory for the FaZe Clan. He's wrapped round from Decon. He spotted the foot. Brokey, they know exactly where he is, and BlameF's won the round. It's not done yet. Complexity with a 19th, and they stay alive here. Brokey just getting a little unlucky, going up towards the rafters. That BlameF just spotting him out from the feet, and that is going to be a 19th for Complexity.
My heart's racing right now. These rounds are so... How many clutches have we had so far in this game?
So many.
Okay, I actually have it open right now. I know HLTV is a little delayed. FaZe have won 7 clutches. Complexity have won 1.
And that was Rush, right? That was a big turnaround point for them in regulation. Yeah, and it was fantastic. But Brokey coming in, swarming the site. I was trying to say outside with the headshot coming through, and now Poison. Shut down immediately. Jerby, some very important kills coming in right now for FaZe Clan, and they are tearing it up. JKS and Rush, they're the last 2 remaining players for Complexity, and they are looking to keep the team alive again. FaZe Clan, they are relentless on this T side. They have figured out what they need to do, and Jerby has been a beast throughout. Just a couple more kills to find, and FaZe Clan will send us to map number 3. JKS holding in position, waiting for this heaven push. He's got a decent spot for it. Rush is watching main. Here comes the play. FaZe Clan running over the top rim with a headshot. Now all on Rush. He's got to do it again. He's got to get another clutch, a 1v4, and it's not going to happen. Kirby sealing the deal. What a beast he was here for FaZe Clan. And we're going to the 3rd map play. What a performance from FaZe Clan.
I don't know what I just witnessed there. That was so back and forth. What a game of Counter-Strike. What a game. This is what we're waiting for, right? You look at FaZe, you look at the stars they have in the team, you look at Complexity, and you see Inferno, a complete domination coming in from Complexity. Go to the map pick, you're expecting it to be quick 2-0, and FaZe just stare Complexity right in the eyes and they say no. Everyone's showing up for the side of FaZe. How many clutch plays came in from those players? I think each and every one of the FaZe players had a clutch in that game. That's an insane stat. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Fantastic individual performance from FaZe Clan. Tanisha showing from the team. We're going to map number 3, but before that, we take a short break, and we'll break this one down. A battle of the Titans here. It turns out to be a fantastic game in the lower bracket as FaZe Clan hang on in. Nuke goes their way. It's Complexity's map pick, but FaZe don't care. In overtime, they take it over the line. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do heading into map number 3, blah. This was a fantastic performance from the entire team of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, it was. You can't take it away from them, right? The number of clutch plays that came out from the players. One round having gone the way of Complexity, and it was it. It was going to be a 2-0. And I don't think I've ever seen a game where every single player won a 1v1VX, especially when I'm talking about like higher tiers of Counter-Strike, because Kirby won 1, Rain won 2, Olaf won 1, Brokey and Cole with 1 apiece. And then for the side of Complexity, we had Blame F winning that clutch near the end of the game, and Rush with a brilliant 1v4 earlier. But if not for that, Complexity would have won it. But FaZe, individuals, like you said, everyone just popping off individually. And I gotta say, they had some pretty cool ideas as well. And for Complexity, while it seemed like they knew what to do on Nuke, they had some very cool stuff. That boost coming in, for example, the T side, which unfortunately they only used once. Then we saw some cool nade stacks and whatnot coming out from them on the CD side. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. Complexity got off to a pretty bad start coming into this map. We've seen FaZe Clan really start to get going. And I have to say, coming out of Inferno, you can't forget about that map, right? It was a very one-sided affair coming up. But when we got onto Nuke, FaZe Clan really opened up the scoreboard, right? Everybody started getting a little bit of extra space to work with. It was all the FaZe Clan show. But there was a point where Complexity actually got right back into things, right? And it was a big play that hyped up the team. It was Rush winning this 1 versus 4 clutch. Now, we look at this play, Blair, and there's just so much that goes right for Rush in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Firstly, he catches the first player kind of a little off guard, and this 1v2 rather was played so very well, though. I mean, coming down to the final bullet as well, he was so aware of where coldzera might be peeking in from, and I really can't blame FaZe for going for those duels. The first 2 players, they had no chance. They had to take those duels. They were caught out in the open, and Kirby, he played the time. He waited for coldzera to come on into its control room. Maybe if it waited for like 1 more second, they could have got the perfect crossfire coming in there, but that's the game. That's how Counter-Strike is. It's about a game of millimeters and milliseconds, and Rush, the clutch off the game, in a game which featured over 8 clutches in total. That's nuts.
And you bring it up the point of clutches, right? That was one of the only clutches that Complexity had, right? There was just not many clutches going their way. FaZe Clan were winning every single one of those, which is an integral part as to why they pick up this map. And now heading into the third blood, what are your thoughts going into this one?
I don't know. Heading into Mirage, look, it's a map where everyone knows everything, right? It's a map which has been played to death. Not many changes in the map as well. So I feel it's going to be coming down. Honestly, it sounds like a cliche. It's going to be coming down to the individuals, and I feel it's going to be a very close affair here. FaZe have woken up. They can taste the blood in the water. Like hungry sharks are going in for the kill. Complexity, though, they're also a team is never going to say die, and they're going to be fighting till the bitter end.
Well, one map decides where these 2 teams go. One will go home at the end of this one, and I am really excited to see where this one will go. A reminder, Complexity looked rough against ENCE here on Mirage the last time around. They barely got through it after a huge performance from Config. FaZe Clan battle back on Nuke, and it's looking real exciting as we head into Mirage. You don't want to miss this after the break.
slow.
It's a war in the lower bracket. Complexity versus FaZe Clan will end on Mirage. At the end of this map, one team will be out of the tournament, the other stays alive for a little longer. We'll see which team it is at the end of this map. FaZe Clan, coming into this one, we looked at them as a team that you don't really know where they're at right now mentally. BlameF said coming into it, a team that kind of has no pressure, is playing for a little bit of fun. That's a team that are deadly. That's a dangerous team right there, and they showed their danger on Nuke.
Oh yeah, they did indeed. Kirby, especially in OT, just popping off, hitting shots through the nuke. Someone check his PC, please, because he was just being unreasonable at times, I might say. Olaf was fantastic as well. He was part of a lot of very crucial opening duels which took place. And you can't take away Rain. He won a couple of the clutches. Like I said, if any one of those clutches FaZe 1 had gone the way of Complexity, this series would have been over.
Well, you really are enjoying riling up the Twitch chat today, Bly. You've got them going. Definitely allowing their means to come through. But yeah, we go into this final map and we take a look at Mirage. Last time around for Complexity, it wasn't that great, Bly. It really wasn't that great. And so we take a look at them versus FaZe Clan, have suddenly had a resurgence and are winning clutches. That's going to be enough, I feel. FaZe Clan have got a real solid chance here on Mirage. They're very solid individuals, and Mirage is a pretty comfortable map for the team on their day, and they are certainly on their day.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if all the players, all the individuals in FaZe are popping off, especially in a map like Mirage, maybe at Dust 2, it could get very, very scary indeed, right? And the problem here for Complexity is they got destroyed, dismantled, completely eviscerated by Gambit, 16-5 on Mirage. And then they beat ENCE 16-13. This is ENCE playing with a new player for the very first time.
Two new players.
They have
as well.
Dodo as well. Yeah, Dodo's only played like, 3 or 4 maps, 3 or 4 games with ENCE as well. And it was 16-13, where Config dropped 37 kills in regulation to win them the map. So Mirage, I agree with you, it is not looking that solid for Complexity right now.
Yeah, it's definitely down to the wire here on Mirage. We look at Complexity, and based on the results from IEM Beijing, right, we look at this team, they did so well. The only teams they lost to or dropped the map to were Vitality and Navi. 2 of the teams that made it to the grand final. 2 teams that were on fire in that tournament. Since Blast, it's been a little shaky for Complexity, and now we head into this final map. Mirage coming up between FaZe Clan and Complexity. FaZe Clan getting the T-side start. I don't really know. They didn't look so great on the T side on either map, Inferno or Nuke, so I'm really interested to see how this one goes.
Well, let's take a look though. It's going to be Complexity on the CD side. JKS and BlameF once again. Aggressive. Rain's got the bomb. And he's all alone. Is he going to be checked though? BlameF, he's tucked himself in the corner. Oh, they wouldn't be expecting it. Are they going to check it? Rain's got a hard clear it, and BlameF gets taken down. That could have gone either way. That's a huge win. It's always going to find Poison as well. And things are starting to look good here for FaZe early on. The pistol rounds have been pretty solid for FaZe throughout this entire series, and looks like the trend will continue. Rush does reply back with 1, but it's going to be all on Config, Dinko, and it's a 1v4.
Config trying his best here. This is definitely a little beyond reasonable, but he has collected the first headshot. Cold Zera goes down. Now they split into Crossfire, and Config just gotta hope for the best here. Somehow still alive, somehow still kicking. Finally he'll go down to Kirby, but FaZe Clan that got a little scary, and luckily they'll find the round win. Complexity, we take a look at the money. They're not gonna have much of a force fight. It's not gonna be fantastic, but we'll get a couple of upgraded pistols going into this next one. We know how deadly that can be. I remember back in Inferno, blah, we've seen some Complexity stand talls with these pistols, so we're gonna see if FaZe Clan can get over this force buy. It's very important that they do so.
Yeah, their anti-force buy is happy. A little shaky, although it was much better on Nuke. BlameF dealing a bit of damage. That's got like 41 kills in Nuke in a losing effort. That's gotta sting quite a bit for the in-game leader, the captain. Aside of Complexity. Poison with the scout, Deagles all around for the rest of the teammates. JKS with the CZ, and he's going to be playing up close towards ramp. Kind of a very default setup coming out from Complexity. They haven't really gone for any gambled stacks, haven't really gone for any pushes towards on the extremities of the map, instead opting to play a very standard setup here. And FaZe haven't really found anything. They spotted up BlameF towards Connector, and slowly they are going to be congregating together towards in this B apartments. Heading for this B hit with 2 players are lying in wait, Dinko. It's going to be Rush and Config. Or actually BlameF.
WMF holding on with the Deagle. Play coming out here. Rush trying to hold on, but Kirby with the headshot. He's cracked him right open. WMF with another one. Looking for a second here on the right side as well. Just hiding behind the bench. So much damage has been inflicted here. Brokey and the Wolfmeister just swinging on by. And JKS and Poison left in a 2v4. 30 seconds now. All plans this time ticking, and Complexity's force fire will not be winning here. I have to say, Poison did have a very quiet performance in comparison to his Inferno showing on that second map. He kind of went a little missing for most part of the game, really. Had a few moments at the start of overtime where he looked good, and a couple of rounds here and there, but nothing really that consistent.
Yeah, he was quiet by compared to his performance on Inferno. Although, yeah, I do agree with you that he did wake up in the second half. He was very quiet in the first half, though, and I feel like he could have maybe been a bit more effective on the CD side, but that's doesn't really matter what happened earlier, Dinko. It is, of course, map number 3 seen over here. A stack coming in towards A, for the USPs, and the Deagles, hold on, it's dealing so much damage, 4 kills out of nowhere, and Olofmeister is left alone in a 1v2. He does find Blame F. Is he going to hard clear the corner? Yes, he is. Catches Poison off guard. And it's all on Config. All he has, Dinko, is a USP.
Olofmeister now into the 1v1. Somehow, Blimf has got it into this position. Config has had 1 kill in this round, and Olofmeister looking to get the win. He's checking spawn. If he just runs to B, this is perfect, right? Config's up in Palace. If it goes back to the A site, this gives Config the best chance possible at winning this round. Olofmeister just clearing as many positions as he can right now. And to figure out where he's playing from. Config's wrapped all the way around from Palace, and he's out now. He's under the wood. Olofmeister's on the site right now. Complexity, they might just win this round. Config has a rifle. He's under the wood. Olofmeister doesn't expect it, and Complexity, what a round. What a clutch from Config. And it's the first on the board.
The timing could not have been perfect there from Config. Just walks down the ladder, and that's the one time Olof wasn't checking him. The Deagle from Blame F, 2 huge kills. Config gets it right, 3 kills in fact coming in for Blame F there. And the captain, he continues his reign of terror. In Complexity, they win a round they had absolutely no business winning. That was just the pistols and mainly USPs. And all they needed was a Deagle in the hands of Blame F to do all the work. And of course, Config with a spectacular clutch against a Swedish veteran. And with that, FaZe, who should have been 3-0 up, who should have been having all the guns to work with, are left with the AK-47 in the hands of Rain, the hero AK. I'm not a big fan of the buy necessarily, while the rest of his teammates have gone for the Eco, and the AK-47 has been neutralized. It's going pretty rough here for the side of FaZe Clan.
FaZe Clan find themselves on the receiving end of a Complexity pistol round yet again. This is definitely something Complexity can pull out of the bag, right? They have that ability to win these kind of rounds, and it really does disrupt any early momentum that FaZe Clan need, right? We talked about getting a good start into the game. If they continued their good form out of Nuke into this one and picked up a win, this could have been fantastic for FaZe Clan, right? They could have been looking so damn solid. But Complexity answering back in Cold Zera. He will get damaged, but the headshot collected onto Rush. They can win this. Look how much control Cold Zera has through spawn. Brokey with another kill. In fact, FaZe Clan are looking incredible in this round.
Somehow turning it around. Blame F, though, he's been fantastic so far, but Rain, he's aware. I'm not sure if he spotted the barrel, but it looks like he has. Shots. Oh, timing! Takes out a nade, walks out wide, and Rain just wrecks him through the smoke. And yeah, Dinko, this one's looking fantastic for FaZe, and JKS has to do something here. They just can't sit on the bomb side hoping for something to go their way. They have to be a bit proactive. They have to try and make something work here. JKS clearing out ramp. It is going to be the A side hit. Now, are they expecting JKS's position? Rain is on the hunt. They couldn't find him, but his duel is going to go the way of JKS. Now it's a 2v4. And Poison, what can he do? He's going to miss the shot, but he's going to miss his follow-up as well. And Olof, so lucky to stay alive. Finally, Poison. He falls, but now it's a 3v2. Or make that a 1v3 as Poison falls.
Yeah, big flying from Brokey coming through Kirby with a headshot to end it out, and 3-2 for FaZe Clan. I mean, that's just one of those rounds where you have so much individual ability on this FaZe Clan team that they can just swing into the round. And look at this, Cold Zera just cracking heads. Rush turns around. What the hell was happening right there? I'm sure of Cold Zera thought. He turns back and gets the headshot. Rain picking up one through the smoke. It's just individual skill across the board right there from FaZe Clan, and the kind of rounds you want to see from this team. Back into the lead. Can they keep it though, Blake? Coming right up as a purchase from Complexity. If they win this round, FaZe Clan will be in a very good spot.
Well, off to a good start though. Cold Zera catches Mr. Savage. Nade in the direction of Conflict. That smoke, the fact that the Molotov extinguishes smoke. Sorry, rather the smoke extinguishing Molotov is a dead giveaway that there would be a player playing up close towards window. BlameF looking around towards underpass. That could be something that could catch FaZe unaware, but they are wary. We can see the player inside of apartments, Dinko. It is Olof. He's waiting patiently for a push to come on in. And Kirby, it's all about the timing. He's going to turn away. It's a free kill for BlameF, but now his position is compromised. How long can he stay alive?
BlameF's position still sticking around. Olof Meister goes down for the fight, and BlameF still alive right now. Olof Meister really figured out how to take this battle, and he'll win it. He'll win the duel. BlameF taken down, and now Cold Zera coming out of Palace. Rush has a very good spot right now with this from Ass. Good kill on towards him, and a 3v3. Trading blows back and forth. Complexity of FaZe Clan cannot be split. And FaZe Clan will be running into this B-bomb site. It's completely empty, really, in the site itself. We've got Config at Market, and he will fall to Rain. Rain is really starting to warm up now. He has had a couple of these moments, both now in Nuke and Mirage, where he is looking solid. And if Rain starts to show up to the server, he can be enough for FaZe Clan to get this over the line. Especially against the Complexity that have been struggling in recent history.
Well, another round for FaZe. I agree with you. Rain is probably the most dangerous player inside of FaZe. I know you have someone like Kirby who can pop off. You have Cold Zera, veteran, legendary player from Brazil. You have Brokey, the young gun kicking in, and then you have Rain. The thing with Rain is he has been consistency personified for the side of FaZe. He's been through how many lineup changes has he been through? Like 9, 10? Something ludicrous. But one thing that has been constant for the side of FaZe has been Rain always delivering when needed. FaZe have managed to kind of shut things down for now. Complexity, they have saved a couple of guns, but the money is looking a little rough at the moment. Might see a few upgraded pistols coming out. I don't even really see that either. I expect them to go for a full save here for JKS, BlameF, and Config. Maybe try and work around the AWP and the M4 of Rush and Poison and try and get an early opening. But aggression could be the call for this particular round here from Complexity. Poison, you can see with the AWP looking towards jungle. Might be going for an early duel here.
Oh, Molotov into Rush's position. Flashbang out middle. Blinding Poison. You'll see him in this position every now and then with his AWP, trying to get that peek down at the gap of the top mid smoke. But the play from FaZe Clan is into the A-bomb site via power. 3 players running out here. Rush has collected that first kill. He's desperately trying to find a second. He's also got the player Ninja boxes, but it's not really required just yet. Olafmeister taking a headshot. Kirby over the top of the stairs and just hiding at the ninja position as JKS, and he'll not get anything.
Bear in mind, this is kind of a safe round for Complexity. They just have the 2 saved guns, and they've dealt so much of damage, and once more, it's a Clutchmeister, BlameF. Not exactly a clutch minister, but he's shown how many rounds he can clutch time and time again, but this could be a little bit too much of a tall ask for the man. A couple of players very, very low. He's got no kill. I like how Kirby is showing nothing. He gets attacked through the box, but Kirby will stay alive, repositions himself. All his position from Connector should be enough to shut down BlameF here, but he misses a shot. Now, BlameF trying desperately to find something, but Brokey peeks out and puts him to rest. 5-2 for FaZe. They're off to a pretty solid start here, Dinko.
FaZe Clan 5-2 on the board. And they are indeed off to a fantastic start. I thought with Complexity picking up that pistol round win, a little bit of a force, had a couple of decent pistols in there, but mostly default pistols a little bit earlier on, that was going to be the turning point for Complexity to compete early on. But FaZe Clan, again, showing their tenacity and fighting back again, but coldzera, Config's walks right into the ramp. coldzera doesn't see this. He seems to be somewhat aware. Config's feet should be spotted. There's the kill. coldzera just waiting, buying his time, and he's going to let Config walk. Oh, coldzera, what's the plan here? The headshot onto Config. Now moving forward, trying to get the second, and he's got it onto JKS. Fantastic from coldzera. Go down to the P250 here, but no. coldzera locking it in. 3 kills collected in round number 8. And we look at BlameF and Rush trying their best, but they've only got a measly UMP and a Deagle into this one. So FaZe Clan certainly locked in with 6.
From Cold there, waiting it out, and then just picking apart the defense, and not going to be anything too crazy. BlameF jumps out. The timing could never be worse. 3 players looking his direction, and the UMP gets nothing done. 6-2, FaZe. Extender lead. The buy is going to be coming in. It's going to be dual op setup, the dual zoom bangers in the hands of Poison and Config. We did see this in that game against ENCE, Dinko, but it wasn't that often. We saw Config primarily with the rifle just running around. It was a Poison and Config show on Mirage and the CD side, but here we go. It's going to be Config opening things up, finds Rain. That's the opening frag for Complexity, which hasn't been something that's been going their way that often so far.
I'm spotting. Rush trying to gather the info. Let's see what's going on around the corner, but nothing collected, and now the Molotov starting to come through. Rush tosses down the smoke. Now Config trying to deliver with the AWP. He'll get one, but Brokey is quick to reply, and now Rush has to do a lot of work on this hold. Brokey's doing a lot of work, but it's still a 2v4. Complexity looking solid right now as Rush gets another. Just Brokey left alone. 3 kills. He has a real chance at winning this round, and Brokey starts to walk forward. Rush fantastically positioning, wins the round up for Complexity, but Brokey, my god, you can never count him out.
For a moment there, I was starting to believe Brokey pulling that one off, but like you said, brilliant repositioning coming out from Rush, getting on top of the smoke, having kind of a mini one-way there. Of course, everything starting off with this nice 2K from Config. Brokey does a pretty good job making it expensive, Dinko. It was a 1v4, and he brings it out to 1v2 before he finally falls, meaning the buy is still looking a little grim for the side of Complexity. You can take a look at the bank, the coffers are empty. The BlameF has to play with an MP9. The dual op setup, however, still very much in play.
Olofmeister and Kjærby on the underpass. They got coldzera up in Palace. Seeing what's going on. He's done a lot of work in there so far in this match, but wants more from it, I'm sure. Just over a minute left is FaZe Clan. Re-enter middle via underpass. And they're going to get Olofmeister up into the window. And he can just sit here on the ledge and bide his time. The piece is put in place, but Rush has walked right through the B apartments. He's got a lot of info off of this. And now they're going to start their run into the A site. JKS is ready, Blood.
Oh, that's a perfect read as well from JKS. Finds 2. That's so well done. However, the flashbang is great as well. Finds 3. He's done his job. JKS has finally woken up, and Poison to finish things off alongside Config, who lands a final kill with a no-scope. That's just stellar rifle work from JKS, showing what it can do as a side anchor.
Fantastic from Savage. He takes down coldzera and Kjærby, easily making it work, and then peeks out for the 3rd kill. Finally, Rain puts a bullet in his brain, but still 6-4. FaZe Clan. Ooh, this is a bit of an interesting approach to the buy, actually. They had enough money on a lot of players to get the rifles out, but I like this Cobbler. They're going out for the little half buy, keep as much money in the bank as possible, equalizing out the cash. They know that getting the rifles out is their best way of winning rounds here in Complexity. They should be given a 5th, but nonetheless, FaZe Clan still have an AK, still have a couple of deagles, still a chance to do some damage here.
Well, Rain, the hero AK-47 is going to open it up. JKS not going to get anything done this time around. Poison, however, replies back, spot the second player as well, and Poison is popping off. It's going to find, well, almost finds a third, but coldzera shuts him down. Now a 3v2. Bomb, however, dropped right in front of BlameF. Question is he aware of his position? He is. He's gonna, well, get taken down anyway. And now, things are looking interesting as coldzera clotheslines Config. And again, Dinko, it's down to Rush in a 1v2 on what was basically not even a buy from the side of FaZe, apart from the AK-47. But Rush finding Cold makes it way more easier now against Kirby, who's down to 16 HP.
Well, Kirby is relatively far removed right now. He's still got to get that bomb. And with 35 seconds left in play, Rush is just going to lurk around, figuring out what's going on in towards ramp. He's got a very solid position right now. And with 25 seconds left, that bomb, he's just going to make sure that it's still there, just holding that angle, realizing Kirby will probably have to commit to A if that bomb's still in place right now. And he might just get into a better spot under the wood. This is perfect. Rush is playing this one so well. Kirby comes down to whether or not he checks this, and he's looked the wrong way. Rush with the kill, saving the day again for Complexity. Rush has been so impactful in this series. He's won a lot of important rounds, had a lot of good holds, and a big clutch over on Nuke as well.
It's too expensive, though. Too expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
coldzera. The man, the myth, the monster, as Vince so beautifully put it a long time ago, once upon a time, on this very map as well. He's looking fantastic at the moment.
Well, look at this play from Poison. He's back up on catwalk. Brokey looking for the kill out and towards this A site. And what you brought up towards the end of that round was way too expensive for Complexity. You can see the effects it's had on the economy. And FaZe Clan was saving for this round. They've got everything up, everything they could possibly want. This is an important round for FaZe Clan coming right up.
It is. This duel, though. Brokey versus JKS, and Brokey has been phenomenal so far. It's fantastic, and Nuke is also the sole shining light on that Inferno map, which Complexity won so convincingly. Now it's a battle of patience. JKS lying in wait. And Brokey is looking for someone to face, and Brokey should be making contact, and he's going to win the duel. He finds JKS. That is massive, but BlameF replies back by catching Rain off guard. Molotov's going to be tossed off. Then he sees all of Meister as well. The pre-fire comes out, and BlameF, he's taking matters in his own hand. He's going to find 3, and BlameF with the 4K, looking for the ace.
He's out of that. coldzera decapitates him and then brought down by Poison. BlameF does it all. 4 kills, Poison assist towards the end. 6-6 for Complexity. They tied it up, and that's a very important round for them to win. You know, if they lose that round, their money starts to look real weak, and we start to see FaZe Clan get back to winning ways. But this from BlameF is unstoppable. Fantastic stuff out of BlameF, and it's 6-6. FaZe Clan now just the pistols in play. The deagles out again. We know the damage they can do with these, but will they be able to do it time and time again?
Oh, no, says Config. I'm surprised that Poison, Brokey burnt alive in Palace. I don't know how low he was at Molotov. The placement was perfection from BlameF. But Complexity have tied things up, Dinka. They're looking... That previous round was pretty solid, but coldzera, he just doesn't care if he's on fire. He's on fire and is still landing some very, very nutty shots. That's going to be the call for the bomb to head over towards B. Now, the sole defender is Rush, who has been fantastic so far. But if he does fall, it could get messy. Will they head towards B, though? Slowly creeping on up, looking to find another kill, which would make things way more easier for FaZe here. But as long as Rush plays this right, he should have no trouble winning these duels. He's going to get the first. And it should be an easy shutdown here coming in from Complexity.
Config. 40 seconds. He's got himself over here in this B-bomb site. Easy headshot for Rush. He's been brilliant on this B-bomb site. Brokey, just bullets impaling him through the wall. 7-6 for Complexity. They are into the lead again, and here comes the buy for FaZe Clan. They all out for Brokey, the AK-47s. What do they need to do here, Blah?
Well, still 6 rounds on the T side. Not too shabby at all as you do enter the penultimate round. The first half of this final map of what has been a fantastic series. It's been so back and forth. First map going with complexity, such a convincing win, and then what a game that was! Oh, Poison! He misses the opportunity, he legs it, but it gets taken down, and there's no trade available. Oh, that's heartbreaking for Poison.
That's that aggressive AWPing. That crazy aggressive AWPing we know Poison is so good at. Doesn't work out this time. He gets caught. He does land the leg shot on Brokey, but even that, right? That's the most expensive gun in play, and you're doing that. You know, there's a big risk involved in that, and you know, even if he gets that 1 kill, it's not enough really, Black, considering how much that AWP costs and how much impact he could deliver elsewhere. I don't feel like it's enough to just run up middle and try and take that fight. So that's what we usually criticize Poison for. Some of those moments do occur with his playstyle, but something you cannot criticize is how Rush is playing right now over on B. He's got another proactive play into the apartments. They're just avoiding it, it seems. They're letting him do this, and now he has a chance. And Olofmeister, he's running away. Rush is going to catch him, throwing utility. Olofmeister's still alive, but so much control picked up now. Blame F in the apartment. Good kill onto Rain. That's the bomb down, and there's 2 players up here. Rush is cleaning up. Another kill for Rush, and he's doing it all. 3 kills collected, and now it's coldzera. 1v3 needed, and Rush says no. 4 kills. What an animal Rush is over on this side of the map. 8 rounds for complexity as we head into the last round of the first half.
He doesn't need any help. He literally needs no help, single-handedly. Oh, that shot on was just fantastic as well. Catches off Rain on the cross. Sorry, that was Brokey, I do believe it was. And then, of course, finishes it off with an easy duel over coldzera. And Rush coming into his own here. And yet again, I got to point out, like Poison and JKS, it's very, at least for JKS, it reminds me of that game against Ents where he has been very, very quiet overall on that A bomb side. And this is much better. I like this aggression. This is much better. It's not just one player alone, isolated. Instead, it's going to be Blamer finding Brokey, but Olof from behind sneakily gets a kill. The trades are back and forth. And Poison realizing this is a fight he doesn't necessarily want to take. He's going to follow him back to safety. He's still sticking around. That is so risky. A nade in the face of Olof. And finally, Poison will leave the connected control.
Oh, JKS with the kill on coldzera. 3v2. Complexity still hold this man advantage in the last round of the half, and Rush again just pushing through B. Constant B aggression, catching out KRB in middle, and now just Olofmeister left alone, and Rush, what a fantastic half. 16-6. It will be Complexity leading the way going into the second half. Complexity lead at the half. Rush with a fantastic performance on the defensive half of this map. Honestly, Blood, that B aggression was just perfect.
Yeah, he has been on point so far in this entire map. And now, second half, can he continue? His form is a question. BlameF, as usual, being fantastic. Couple of rounds. I actually feel like so far in Mirage, it has been Complexity who have been a little bit more fortunate compared to FaZe. Because if we go back to Nuke, number of clutches FaZe won were just ridiculous. I think they won six clutches out of the 8 potential ones. And this time around, Complexity, they won the pistol, they won the round with the Deagles and the USP. So a few things going their way as we do have this hit coming on in. And look at Complexity. They're going to be wrapping into B. There's no one in mid for FaZe, and they have no eyes. And the 2 players, Olaf and Cole, they're going to be pinned to Dinko, but Cole can get checked. This is a great chance for him to strike. He's going to find one, tapping away. It's good for only 1 kill as Config finds 2. But suddenly, Kirby replying back, but Blame F trades back and forth. Now finally, it's down to a 1v2. That was a flurry of frags, and the trades were just back and forth. But Cold Zero from the position, Dinko, he needed at least 2 kills.
Yeah, he definitely did. He was set up for success there in that corner. No one really checked him. He had a perfect angle in behind a couple of players, but as so many players will agree, and Glaive pointed out on Twitter not so long ago, sometimes the hardest shots to hit are these USP headshots from behind. You know, the easiest shots are not looking at you. They're so damn difficult to land.
For sure. I don't care if we're like even Zywoo or Simple. I feel like that's something which anyone who's played Counter-Strike has felt the pain of. You see 4 guys, you're behind them, all with Glocks, you're looking for the highlight moment, and then you whiff each and every one of the kills. You at least did get the 1 kill though, so that's there. Force Wire from FaZe, Scout, the Eagles, but early damage being dealt out by Complexity. QMP, Mac 10, couple of Galils, and the AK in the hands of Mr. Config. For me, Config on T side, Mirage, it just reminds me of that Ends game where he just went ham and just completely took over the game. Are we going to be seeing something similar to that, Dinko? That's the question, because if that happens, boy oh boy, it's not going to be easy for FaZe here.
Oh, it's definitely not going to be easy at all. Complexity having a good average performance this time. It's not just a one-man show. Config continuing to have a good showing. Rush this time, 17-6. Has been fantastic for the team so far in Mirage. FaZe Clan though, it was a big team effort, and they have shown tenacity to come back into this series at all. You just tuning in and get a chance to watch map number 1 or 2. Inferno was a bloodbath, and it was all FaZe Clan's blood. Nuke was a very, very good game. It was very solid, very back and forth. Overtime came up a couple of times, and FaZe Clan edged it out. But here on this final map, Complexity, they are starting to take a bit of an edge, Blood. And if FaZe Clan don't stop this, they're going to be finding themselves on the receiving end of quite a few rounds going in Complexity's way.
Well, at the very least, they should be able to save their weapons here. Yeah? The Deagle, the Scout, it could come in handy into the next round, round number 18. And we did see this happen as well, right? We saw like FaZe Clan, they survived the anti-force bar, but then they lost to just the Deagles and the Pistols earlier on in this very map. So, you know, history could repeat itself. However, it looks like JKS is not really looking to go on the hunt. That Galil, not really worth giving away or losing. So it's going to be round number 11, going to wave Complexity. And for FaZe, at least the Deagles are there. I'd like to see them go for something a bit unorthodox from the side of FaZe here. You know, you don't really have much to lose here. Even if you lose this round, you will have enough money to go for the buy. And at the very least, if you can deal some damage to the economy for Complexity, because if Complexity wins this one again flawlessly, or you know, just losing 1 player, they're going to have a pretty solid bank to work with, and that is a worrying thought indeed for the side of FaZe.
Peek out from Brokey. No, he's going to be absolutely neutralized from this round. Damage done. And G-Grenade following up and locks him out of this one. Complexity off to a very good start in Olaf Meister though. He's trying to walk it up with the underpass. A big kill needed and come through, but Rush landing the headshot, and FaZe Clan starting to lose a couple of these duels now. This is something they were very good at over on Nuke. We're starting to win these aim duels, but they've quietened down a little bit.
I mean, it is hard to win duels with the with the pistols, especially against his superior weaponry. coldzera pushing on up. Rush is he's internally bleeding, 4 HP. Just the one bullet should suffice, but it's gonna run away. It's gonna be heading towards his A bomb side. He's making a lot of noise as well. He's gonna be the one leading the charge, considering he is on a Mac 10. He is the expendable player for the side of Complexity in this round, and he should be taken down by Rain here. But no, it's instead gonna be Config. He's gonna be found out, and there's a chance there for Rain to find 2, but he will be shut down. And with that, the danger will be averted. coldzera left alone, 1v4. Could maybe find Rush, but Poison will deny him. 12-6 for Complexity. And now the buy should be coming in for the side of FaZe.
Buy is looking pretty good now for FaZe Clan. You can see the op out for Brokey, M4s for everyone else. I want to see Kirby really stand tall again. He was a very fun player to watch over on Nuke. I, for one, was very happy to see Kirby back to fighting form. He's a very solid player in his own right when he shows up, and I want to see those performances again. Complexity, though, they are 4 away from winning and eliminating FaZe Clan from this tournament. They ought to fight back. They got to do it now. Here comes the play into the A-bomb site. First kill is Rains. Kirby trying to hold on for this Towers offensive. Brokey's done well to pick up the kill. Now Kirby not getting anything. Poison on the Galil, outmatching 2 players. Config gets caught out by Brokey, who's so damn quick on that all. And he wants another one. He's on the stairs. The flash is ran on in. And BlameF and Poison trying to win the round, but Brokey, he stopped the plant. It's all on BlameF, looking to break. Brokey down, but Brokey with the 4K. He's an immovable object. 12-7. FaZe Clan needed that round, and Brokey goes and gets it.
I don't know if that's a mustache or what, but Brokey has been just fantastic this entire series. Despite the ups and downs of FaZe Clan, Brokey has been the one shining light, the rock with its lineup. And what a round. The reactions from him. I don't even know how he wins a duel against Config. Config spots him out, and yet, this time around, though, he seems to have jinxed it, Dinko. Poison will decapitate Brokey. Bullet straight between the eyes. Kirby towards underpasses, all by his lonesome. BlameF is going to be patient. He's waiting. It's all about the timing, and it's going to be BlameF coming out on top. He doesn't take any damage either from Kirby as Rush finds all off, and that's a B bomb site split wide open. 5v2.
Oh, oh, the big play. It's actually Rain who gets that second one play. And now coldzera, he's looking for a little more action here. They can still win this round. FaZe Clan can still just pull this out of nowhere. And coldzera is hiding in behind this cash register. Rush is around the corner to the right side. Now I'm pushing forward. Spotted BlameF. Now the peek from Rush. Perfect timing. Perfect patience. And now just Rain left in the 1v3. Take a look at the money here for FaZe Clan, and pulling off 1v3 clutches when you're so far removed, it's a little unlikely. So Rain's just going to save this M4 into the next one. Complexity, I mean, when you take a look at what they've been doing, it's definitely all based on just brute force, right? It really feels like you immediately open up those rounds by just brute force. But Rush has been just patiently waiting back. He's just been a fantastic, cerebral player. He's really got a great read of what's going on right now, Blair.
Yeah, for sure. And FaZe are giving them these duels, right? Like we saw Brokey go for the duel towards mid. He had to spawn for it, and Poison comes out on top. Then Kirby, realizing he's trapped with his underpass, can just stick around there. He needs to go for a play, walks on up. BlameF is ready and waiting for him. So just basically default setups for Complexity. The thing is, FaZe are giving these duels, and well, Complexity are winning them. Great shot from Poison as well. And then, of course, this kill just pretty much sealed the deal. Rush finding all of Meister. It looked for a moment that coldzera getting those 2 kills, or rather getting 1 kill and Rain getting the second, made it almost possible. But yeah, the moment he got taken down, Rain's like, yep, I'm noping the hell out of here. Just want to hold on to my rifle. For FaZe, they have enough buy for yet they have enough money rather for yet another buy. But 13-7, Dinko. Their opportunities are slowly but surely dwindling away.
Yeah, really, we need to see a big turnaround point for FaZe Clan. Complexity were in this scenario over on Nuke, if you remember. They were really down and out. It took a big play from Rush to kind of reinvigorate the team and light a fire beneath them. I feel like FaZe Clan need a big individual performance like that. A big round, a big clutch, maybe just start to get that ball rolling, fire up the team, give them that confidence that they can get back into this. But right now, it's not looking so great for them. Complexity are in such a good spot. Brokey has been fantastic. Still 15 kills added to his tally. But the mid control is there for Complexity. They still just got under a minute left in play as well. 3 players over on FaZe Clan on this A bomb side, but a double push to the apartments. This might just work out.
The one round phase of one so far has been Brokey popping off. He's only going to find 2 this time.
Well, it's on Olafmeister in this corner. He's around this corner now, unchecked. Brokey went down, so they're not going to check this position. Olafmeister, first kill, second nearly picked up, but it's the UMP that lets him down. And now it's Kjærby Blah. 1v2 for this man to win.
They're going A!
Sprinted over to the A bomb side. Blood fires spawn. Kjærby's gonna realize that B's empty. He's got to get over here right now. Jumping through the window, leaping into the window room, and now he starts his charge. Bomb planted. Kjærby looking for the clutch. Molotov down in towards jungle, and Kjærby is gonna start walking forward. BlameF and Config, good crossfire right now, but Kjærby just walking forward, no kit, no time. He's got to go quickly. First kill's there, but he doesn't check his back, and BlameF will stab him through. 14-7, Complexity, 2 rounds away from victory, and I think they're having a laugh about losing the B-bomb side.
Laugh. That's such an evil laugh by BlameF. He's like, ha 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 ha. They thought it was B, but instead I go A. And you can't blame Kjærby for being completely bamboozled there. What a play.
No. I have to say though, you just look at Kjærby, he's like, hold on, no one's here. You see the quick realization, he's just gotta go. Okay, we've already got a kill. Poison just shutting down Rit.
This is where, if you're playing a matchmaking game and BlameF pulls that off, your opponent to like stop tryharding so much, because that was such a good call. 14-7 Dinko, they're down to pistols. I like the fact that they've not, gone for the forced buy. They'll at least have money to work with, but Complexity are going to be in map and match. Oh, that is filth, BlameF! He gets punished for that shot, and indeed, he deserves to be punished for that shot, because that was illegal.
Config on the double. Olafmeister hits the deck, and now it's just Kjærby left alone again. Very difficult clutch coming right up. Takes down Config, looks for another one, but Rush coming around. The headshot is secured, and 15 rounds locked in for Complexity. 1 round, and they send FaZe Clan packing.
One round, all Complexity needs, and it is kind of, I won't lie, it is a little deflating that it's, Complexity kind of running away with this game. It's not as dominant as it was on Inferno, but a 15-7 scoreline it's very clear which team was the better one over here. But after that Nuke game, I kind of wish Nuke was a decider, Dinko, because that game was fantastic, and this one is just Complexity flexing all over FaZe.
We wouldn't have had a decider if Nuke was the decider, though, Blood. That's the problem.
True, that's true.
Config with the headshot. He is delivering. Yeah, again. 23-14. He loves Mirage. He is a very solid player on this map. And you can see what happens when Config plays well alongside his teammates showing up. And that's something that wasn't there in the last time around. And Rush said it in the post-match interview to us. He said it's just not enough to have Config carry you through. You can't rely on that consistently. The rest of the team need to step up. And step up they have. Kjærby now in the connection. One player's walked by. Poison, the victim of the AUG. And now 4v3. FaZe Clan hold a man advantage, and this might not be done just yet.
Well, Complexity, they have 8 opportunities to close this one out, but they want to just end this right now. They don't want to allow FaZe Clan back into the game. Rain's going to make contact, but BlameF immediately spins around and gets the kill. And now it's a 3v3. They have control of the A bomb side, Dinko, but the bomb needs to cross on over. It's in the hands of Mr. Config, and it's going to be... The smoke's going to provide him a little bit of cover, and Kjærby, he's looking to be aggressive here. Flash is going to be popping on high, and he's going to peek out, but there's a player waiting for him. BlameF finds him all off with the reply, and now it's a 2v2.
Config up on top of triple. This is a very good position, one they're not going to be expecting, but he comes down after the smoke's fade away. Plays past it, the wall back through the wall. Cold Zera on the headshot. Now BlameF on the big flank. He's sprinting, going very quickly through middle, trying to get in position. They haven't tapped just yet. They're playing the time, and BlameF immediately taking the fight, gets the 1 kill. He gets away as well. 1v1 now. Cold Zera sticking the defuse. BlameF jumping around the corner, the smoke up. He's not going to get it. Cold Zera. Oh, it's BlameF. Headshot through the smoke. Complexity eliminate FaZe Clan from DreamHack Masters Winter 2020.
What a clutch from Blame. That's so calm, so precise, and like you said, he's pulled off some crazy clutches so far in the past couple of weeks, especially in the Blast event as well. But there you have it, Complexity. Nuke didn't quite go their way, Dinko, but what a play coming out from them on Mirage. They looked fantastic, and unfortunately for FaZe, I think they kind of ran out of fight on map number 2. They looked a little depleted here, and for the side of Complexity, everyone were firing on all cylinders.
We all know the problems over at FaZe Clan. They put up a great fight here. Unfortunately, it is the end of their road, but we'll be breaking down this game after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go somewhere where we know we can be heroes for just one day. So let's fly higher and higher. We'll burn with desire. Seen the days in the dark too long. All the gray between the right and wrong. Takes a warrior to sing this song. When the glory and the pain is gone, it's the failures that make you strong. Can you see the path you're walking on? We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up. This is a warrior's world. 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 Seen the days in the dark too long. All the gray between the right and wrong. Takes a warrior to sing this song. When the glory and the pain is gone, it's the failures that make you strong. And can you see the path you're walking on? We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. We're moving up. This is a warrior's world. This is a warrior's world. This is a warrior's world. This is a warrior's world.
Complexity sent FaZe Clan packing. They're out of the tournament here, but Complexity, they showed up on map number 3. FaZe Clan give them a good fight though, Blah. It was a pretty good match of Counter-Strike.
It was a fun game. It was definitely a fun game. Nuke obviously being the highlight of the series, right? It was a great game of CS. Everyone coming in clutch for FaZe. Unfortunately, on Mirage, it wasn't the case, right? 16-7, pretty one-sided scoreline. They're only able to win one round on the CD side. Speaking of clutches, we saw FaZe win 6 out of 8 clutches on Nuke. This time around, the 4 clutch situations that went down on this map, all 4 of them going the way of complexity, especially Blame F with the clutch at the end there, the 200 IQ post-plant play from him, closing out the map. And also, if you look at some of the opening duels, I'm just taking a look at it over here. FaZe was struggling with 16-7, right? And FaZe actually won 11 opening duels out of the, I think, 23 or something, and yet they were able to convert very few of them, which is a problem for FaZe. It was a problem for them heading into this matchup. They had one of the worst conversion rates in the tournament, and it continues to be a problem.
I felt like Complexity definitely capitalized on FaZe's weaknesses in terms of their key side. I think it really was prevalent starting on Inferno, right? We've seen Complexity's game plan was very much put the aggression, put the pedal to the metal in that first map on the CT side. We've seen them pushing down Manana, we've seen them pushing through the apartments and down middle. FaZe Clan couldn't really handle it. It's like they had no space to work with.
Yeah, it was a bit suffocating, if you ask me, that first half coming in from Complexity, especially when they started going on the streak. It was, 6-2 for FaZe, and then Complexity just went on I think like a 6-round or 7-round streak on the first half, continuing to win the pistol round as well pretty convincingly. And yeah, it was just really painful for FaZe. And aggression coming in from Rush, for example, huge clutch plays coming out. All the check boxes for the side of Complexity, everything was ticked. They looked great, they looked fantastic, and thankfully, it wasn't what we saw from them against ENCE, where it was config had to go big. Speaking of which, I do believe we have an interview coming up.
Yes, indeed, we have the man Config. Hero, first of all, congratulations on your win, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, I do want to ask Config all about the CT aggression here for Complexity. It felt like FaZe Clan were giving you guys a lot of space. First of all, in Inferno, everybody was pushing through the apartments, through Banana, down middle. Do you guys feel like FaZe Clan give you too much space on their T side?
I think we took the space. I don't think that they gave us a lot of space. I think we challenged them a lot and dueled them down mid on CT side. Inferno, and I think we just did a great job challenging their default and destroying their defaults.
Speaking of Nuke, right? I mean, that was a game where we saw some pretty cool stuff coming out from you guys. We saw the boost, we saw some nifty nade usage as well on the CD side, but from my perspective, it felt like you guys got a little unlucky in a lot of the clutches. But was that the only issue, or do you feel you could have maybe closed that map out more convincingly? Or were you surprised with what they did to you?
We were surprised at the end, because in the overtimes they kind of ran us over, and at the end of the map, when it was 15-13 or something like that, I think they won some good rounds. And they did some inner pops we didn't expect, and it was just, we were just unlucky on Nuke. I think it should have went our way, but they managed to win it somehow.
And speaking of the maps going your way, Mirage is a map where you guys have struggled a little bit, right? You got destroyed by Gambit, then that ENCE game, you had to get 37 kills to get that win. So heading into Mirage, was there any talk in the team comms about, all right, guys, we got this, or how was the comms like?
Calm and collected, honestly. We knew that we were going to win Mirage. We knew it's one of our good maps, even though that we feel or statistically it looks like it's bad for us, but we feel confident on it, and we know what we want to do. As soon as we get the money rolling, I think they played a good Mirage as well, but we just shut them down in the right times and did the right pushes in place.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Config. I have to say, Rush was in my mind there just by the aggression he was getting through those B apartments. I mean, taking a look at what he was doing, he just got so much space for you guys. That's a big difference from the last time you guys played, right? It was all you having to make the space. Is it much easier now that when the rest of the team is showing up, does it all just click now for Complexity?
I think it's nice when people are taking initiative about pushing and going the different side, that if they're going A, then we push B to get some info and stuff like that. I think I did that a lot before, but now when Rush is doing it and when Blame F is doing it as well, I think it helps out the entire team, because we know exactly where they're going. We get the right information and the right stuff in our brains to figure out which way they're going. So I feel like we're doing a great job playing together right now and communicating.
Well, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations on the win, and good luck further in the tournament.
Thank you.
Good luck.
It's good to hear the insights of Complexity. I feel like the camp is much better now than it was before, right? We talked about it to Rush, and he was very much of the opinion, it's not enough having Config just show up. We need to get everything sorted. Seems like they've done that pretty quickly, to be honest, but it is against a struggling FaZe Clan. We will say that. They did drop a map, but nonetheless, it's better improvements, shall we say. They did look a little shaky against Ents, and overall, it's a much better showing out of Complexity.
Yeah, for sure. Considering you have someone like Config, who years ago was known for being a very emotional, very volatile player, the fact that they were very calm and composed, even the interview itself, you could make with his body language, make out with his body language how calm he was. They were like, yeah, didn't play a bad game. It's just that we were the better team and we shut them down. And I got to give them credit, right? The maps they won, they were very, very convincing indeed. Against a team who were just biting and fighting and not going down at all. The FaZe gave a fight. Don't just ignore them. They really put up a fight to Nuke and Mirage as well. They tried some of the individuals, called Zera, for example, having some beastly moments on the map, but in the end, it was not to be. And Complexity, well, it was a labored win in the end, but they get it done.
They definitely get it done. We're going to take a look at the bracket and see how things are shaping up. We had 2 simultaneous streams running today. Cloud9 took down Spirit pretty convincingly, to be honest. A clean win coming out for Cloud9. They fixed up the holes that they had previously where they couldn't close it out against Ents. Very convincing performance out of Cloud9, and they're going to make it to the playoffs alongside Complexity, who have taken down FaZe Clan. So there's our Group A playoffs team blur. Heroic, Gambit, Complexity, and Cloud9. Not looking too bad.
The possibility of a Colossus Juggernaut showdown is definitely on the horizon. However, in the Group B, we have Mouse and Furia, who had qualified earlier on. And coming up next, Dinko, it is going to be 2 bangers. Of course, everyone's going to be keeping their eyes on the G2 Astralis matchup, which should be insane. That is, of course, going to be on the mainstream. But over here, Godsend and North, you cannot count out Godsend. They are the team who knocked down Astralis to the lower bracket. So that game is going to be quite interesting as well.
And we'll see what it all means. We can take a look at the playoff bracket and see Heroic. They'll be playing against the winner of our next matchup here on the secondary stream. Mouse and Cloud9 locked in. There's big talk from the Cloud9 players, and they're going to take down Mouse Sports next time around, get their revenge. Gambit here going to be playing the winner of G2 Astralis. Oh, that's not great for Gambit. They've got a very difficult matchup coming next, but they could do it. We'll see if they can pull it off. Furia and Complexity. Now that is going to be a real good game coming up.
Oh, that should be, right? And Complexity, I feel like it's going to be a real test. Furia have looked furious so far. Their initial games in EU when they came was looking rough, but we can talk about it later on because we do, of course, have the Global Challenge taking place very, very soon. Just a couple of weeks, Dinko. We're going to be seeing this 8 teams duke it out, and look at the names we have on our screens there.
Yeah, the culmination of CSGO in 2020, December 15th to 20th. You can watch the Global Challenge Intel Extreme Masters team. It's stacked out. It's completely stacked out. Chaos want to go and get a bit of a run towards the end there. I think that's one of the storylines you can definitely look into. They're going to be the last tournament with their organization, so wanting to end high, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to that event play.
Oh, I'm sure everyone is, and even for Chaos as well. We've heard the news recently, the team's going to be, the org's going to be letting them go and everything, but imagine if they have a deeper in there, what a storyline it would be. It could be a Christmas miracle.
It definitely could be a Christmas miracle. Christmas is coming up, of course, and that tells me more Counter-Strike on its way. And before Christmas, we have definitely got this matchup coming next. It's going to be Godsend versus North, taking to the server after the break. It's Godsend looking really solid, actually. They've messed up the bracket, really, by beating Astralis in their opening matchup. North with 2 new players. We're looking forward to getting into this one. We hope you are too. And we'll be here after the break.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
Godsend versus North here on the B stream of DreamHack Masters Winter 2020. This one is going to be a banger. Two teams that are rebuilding, restructuring their rosters. Some big moves for these teams and some results to follow. Godsend have messed up the bracket plot. Astralis fighting through the lowest because of them in day one. I'm really looking forward to getting into this team.
Yeah, they messed it up, but I mean, look at the teams they had to play. They beat Astralis. Let me repeat that. They beat Astralis 2-1. And then they lost to Mouse, where they did take map number 1, Nuke, then they got dismantled the other 2 maps. But the fact that they beat Astralis means they are definitely a team that you have to be very scared of.